Spooky music. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Pants, no. Okay, that's not fair. That's not forgotten. Boo. Hello, welcome once again to Forged at the Table. I am Charles. I'm your host tonight for DM Designs, one of our weekly shows. Tonight we're going to take a look at building some more into the realms of Aetheln, specifically into the land of Arden, which ties in very highly with a new campaign that we are kicking off this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. That is noon Eastern. There, I saved you the math. We are also going to be taking a look a little bit at and discussing a little bit about adventure design tonight. I'm going to take a look at kind of how I approached or how I am approaching this game Saturday and how I have approached the other games and where they are at. What campaign is that? This Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Central, and noon on the East Coast, we are kicking off a campaign that is involving 5 of the wonderful moderators over there at D&D Beyond, a campaign known as a Walk Beyond. I would highly recommend this. This is going to be an interesting treat. It's going to be fun. I'm super looking forward to it, as I will be the Dungeon Master. Subsys Cyber there in chat is also one of the players. And it's going to be a rockin' rollickin' good time. It probably will not be a weekly game, as we have people from all over the world involved in that game, so schedules are going to be difficult. We have some time travelers from over in the UK, and a time traveler from over there in, wow, I completely forgot where he's from. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people involved in it. Some of the moderators that are involved are Subsys Cyber, Firehawk from over there at D&D Beyond, also known as Bubbles the Murderer. Source is going to be involved, Villain Theory is involved, and so is Storm Knight. He's also involved. Singapore, yeah, there we go. That's where Source is from. So those fine folks are going to be involved. So we're going to be taking a look kind of at, without giving away any details, how I'm kind of approaching doing the adventure design for that. Some talking about the other games that we have got going on, including the fact that we have a change in the lineup for tomorrow night's, the finish of tomorrow night's one-shot. And we have some other changes in rosters that are going on. Not going to get into the specifics of why these changes are happening, but I am going to address some of the stuff involved in it. And of course, as per usual, we are going to go over to that wonderful tool set, that fabulous website that is beyond everybody's wildest imaginations, D&D Beyond. We're gonna rumble around on there. We're gonna take a little bit of time. We're gonna peek at the characters that those 5 moderators are gonna be playing this Saturday. We're gonna take a look at those characters and rumble around a little bit and maybe cover some of the thinking behind some of the things. I know that Subsys Cyber on his character actually has chosen one of my favorite magic items of all times, which is Darren's Instant Fortress. So if you're not familiar with that, we will probably go take a look at that magic item as well. I would like to take a moment and do some shout outs here to Jackalope, Exo Hunter, Asiac, Draven, and Prestige Creeper. Those 5 fine people gave us follows while we have been offline for the past 30 some hours. It always blows my mind when I come back or my phone vibrates and dings and lets me know that I have a message, and I check it to find out that some wonderful people have found our content worthy of a follow or a subscription. It's absolutely magnificent. I would definitely recommend setting your alarm clocks though for this Saturday. Got some interesting stuff going on. I have been hard cracking at both the overlay for that game as well as the adventure. I've got a really neat storyline planned. I know these guys are chomping at the bit to get to it. We have been talking about things in the background over there on Discord, and it's been a blast, and I'm so looking forward to running this game. When these guys first, especially starting with Subsys Cyber and Source, when those guys first showed up in our chat and we started talking and getting to know them a little bit and all of that, one of the first things that I wanted to do was I wanted to run a game for those guys. It took a little bit of haranguing, it took a little bit of finesse, but we're making it happen, so that's going to be a lot of blast. So that is this Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, and noon Eastern. Set your alarm clocks and come check out A Walk Beyond. It should be a hell of a ride and a lot of fun. And something tells me that the chat may be popping even at that early in the morning, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm going to start off, by the way, I did a tweet announcing that we were going live tonight. And there was kind of a magic word or words that I said that if somebody posts here in chat, you are going to be entered. Only post at one time though, but you're going to be entered in the drawing. Hold on, actually, don't post anything yet. Let me get Nightbot. I have been running so many games and doing so little of these DM designs over the past week. I've been so busy running games. We rocked some pop-up. We rocked some one-shot. We did a lot of gaming this past week. I believe I ran 7 games in 8 days. Something like that. I think 5 were actually on the channel and 2 were by special request off the channel. So that was crazy. Hey King, welcome to the chat. Hope your day is getting better, my friend. I know you've been having some issues. I hope things are better for you, for sure. Let me go back over this, double check. Okay, there we go. Making sure I have that word so I can put it in here. All right, the word is in Nightbot. So if you follow us over there on Twitter, and that information is right over there. If you follow us over there on Twitter, I did post up kind of a magic word. If you type those words into chat tonight, you are going to be eligible to win something. I am not going to say what it is that you're going to stand a chance to win, but you're definitely going to stand a chance to win that. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, like I said, we have some changes to some rosters happening, and I'm going to start with tomorrow night. Our good friend there in the chat, one of our subscribers and the number 2 person on that there bits listing, King KDV the Fallen, has been having a rough week, to say the least. His computer is not up to snuff for tomorrow night for the second and final part of our one-shot, which we started last Wednesday. So the person right below him, Rainy Keys, is going to step in with a character, another bard to be exact, so not too much of a distance change from that. But Rainy Keys is stepping in tomorrow night for her first chance to take a run at playing here on Forge the Table, so we're mighty grateful to that. So we're not down 3, we're actually still at 4. If you want to stop by tomorrow night, check that out. That is 8 p.m. Eastern time right here on Forge the Table. Should be fun. One of our characters died last week, or so they think, so that should be a lot of blast. We've had some other changes in our lineups. We're going to talk about the change that I'm super excited about with Adventure Weekly. As everybody knows, if you've been following the first 3 episodes of Adventure Weekly, we have been running 3 players. That is about to change. We put the call out that I had an opening on Sundays. I still have another opening. That game starts at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. It runs for about 2.5 hours every week. I have another opening. I'd like to take that game to 5, but if I cannot take that game to 5, that is just fine. But we did add our 4th player. That is Mad Clergy, one of our self-proclaimed super fans. He's going to be stepping in and jumping in on that game. So that game actually has 2 of our local established players and 2 of our subscribers involved in that one. So that's going to be super, super fun. Getting Mad in there, getting him in on an actual rolling campaign. And then the other change that is happening is that one of the players in Saturday night's The Long Road, our longest running show, which is going into its 8th episode, has had to bow out. Some things came up in his personal life, and so he is moving on. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to play in any more games here on the channel, which kind of sucks. But another one of my older friends here locally is stepping in, so you're actually going to see 2 Dannys now on that game. So a good friend of mine, Danny, is stepping in to fill that, not this weekend, but the following weekend. So on Saturday the 31st, at 9 p.m. Eastern, you'll be able to check him out. He'll be jumping in on that game. You'll notice in the schedule up there, it does say that we are going live at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the finish of a one shot, so it's actually going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. So we have Danny jumping in on that on the 31st. And then, due to this, a friend of mine leaving, one of the players leaving the channel for personal reasons, we do have an opening starting on April 2nd in the brand new Shifting Sands campaign, which I can actually show you where that's taking place. Give me a second here. That takes place way down here in the land of the Shifting Sands Ria. That campaign is going to be somewhere between 40 to 60% urban is what we're thinking, but it happens, it's going to start off on April 2nd in the city of Muandat, the city of jewels. It's going to be a lot of Indiana Jones kind of meets a ragtag band of D&D players, that sort of thing. Should be a lot of fun, so we're looking for players for that. If you have the desire to jump in on any of our games, that information's down below. We're looking for some dungeon masters and all that. As well as players. So if that's something you're interested in, you can find that information along with everything else you need to know at this point in time about Forge at the Table. All that information's down below. So go ahead and give that a look. If you want to run a game here, you can always go ahead and get a hold of me. If you want to get involved in some games, go ahead. You will notice this little thing over here. It says watch out for pop-ups. That bit of information, I need to check something here. Huh. My green screen seems to be a bit off. We can't be having that. But anyways, if you are interested, go ahead and get a hold of us. We will happily work around schedules. I just had a couple of young men get a hold of us. I say young because, yes, I'm not young anymore. I just had a couple of young men get a hold of us. I believe that one of them is our newest follower in Prestige Creeper. They got a hold of this. Oh, that sucks, King. That really super sucks. But couple final little announcements, and then we'll get going with tonight's show. That Prestige Creeper, one of our newest followers, or our newest follower, has gotten a hold of me. Him and his friend of his want to get in on a game. They only apparently have the weekends, it seems. So I'm going to talk to them. There is a possibility that I may be doing a later than usual game every once in a while on Sundays. I was trying to put together a Friday campaign, but that is falling apart on me. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Maybe be pop-ups on Friday every once in a while, but looks like the Friday game is going to fall through. I'm going to try and salvage it, but we'll see how that turns out. So that isn't going to probably be happening. So I might turn and do a double game on Sunday with the first one at 5:30 p.m. and then another one probably starting, I would probably say 9:30 or 10 o'clock Eastern and running for a couple hours at that time. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. If you're not following us on Twitter, that's a great way to keep abreast of some of the stuff we've got going on. Or jump over into our Discord channel, and you can keep up on a lot of zaniness that's going on over there. And as always, just drop a follow here on Twitch. That's another fantastic way of keeping up on all the stuff that we've got going over here on our channel. So tonight we are going to be doing some work on Arden up here, or the lands of Arden, or the former lands of Arden. You're going to notice that some of these letterings are orange and some are red. Some of the red ones will eventually change to orange. Orange basically lets me know that these lands are indeed there. They are not moving. Red ones let me know that I can play around with them. They don't have anything set up in the background story for Atheln, which is the world that this is all set in. They are just kind of placeholders. So Arden here plays a rather significant role in the opening few scenes or the few game sessions of A Walk Beyond, because this is the point of destination that's going to be rising up. As a matter of fact, I know that Subsist Cyber's out there. If any of the other moderators that are playing in that game are up there, you should recognize the Barony of Nelt, or at least the name Nelt, because that is in the backstory stuff that I gave you guys. And see, I can pop up this little thing here that gives me the borders, but I am not using that right now, so we're going to be doing some work on this place tonight. Fleshing it out a little bit. We have Caisson's Cross. That's going to play prominently in at least probably the third episode of A Walk Beyond, and then we'll see where things go. Highmore plays a huge role, and so does this little bit of forest over here, which I still got to drop a name on. We'll probably drop that name in tonight and get some stuff up. We've also going to be doing a little bit of work over here in Norstwall, because the party will be traveling through Norstwall. So we're going to put that in there or there. We're not sure yet. This is actually a big land bridge, so we'll figure all that out for certain. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody... Hey. There we go. There's one person that's decided to drop some specialness in the chat. I always appreciate a good gurgle. Don't take that the wrong way. Get your minds out of that area. This is a clean family channel. No cussing, none of that stuff. But yeah, so that's cool. So, all right. Hey, how's it going, Babakis? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Welcome back. Looks like we got a few people out there. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight. Energy's been low. Took a break yesterday. This past week just kind of really sapped the tanks. Didn't get close to burning out. Hey, Rainy Keys, gurgle. Don't repeat those words though, you two. The amazing thing is we've actually going to have that. Nope, Babakis, there has been a delay to that. The reason why there's a delay is because, how's it going, Azen Goose? I got a little bit behind on some stuff. We have a big game coming up this Saturday morning, and I also decided to play it super safe. So when I got the email from Wizards of the Coast, it was kind of in two parts. The first part of that email basically said what I wanted to do was covered by their open gaming thing and all that, and their user thing. But there was also some other stuff in there, so I am in the process of filling out the information. I'm going to send that information back in with a sample of what it is I'm trying to do with this character project, just to cover all of my bases. Because if I release that PDF and it does wind up somehow violating their user rules, or that sort of thing, we stand to be in trouble. We could possibly lose the channel. We could possibly ruin a lot of good that's happening and about to happen for this channel. So I am going to take it slow. I know I made promises on that. It is going to come. I'm pretty damn certain that we are not in violation. Exactly, Babakis. I'm pretty sure we're not in violation of their thing, of their rules. But I just want to take a couple extra precautionary steps and make sure that we're not. I would hate to lose the channel because I wouldn't be able to hang out with you cool people. And it would really, 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 really suck. Especially with some of the stuff that's coming. We have got some great shows lined up in the pipes. We are about 2 weeks away. We're 2 weeks away from our first show where I will be painting minis or crafting some 3D terrain out of that wonderful blue and pink installation board and doing some stuff on that. We are a few weeks away from a possible Call of Cthulhu one-shot. Hype on that. That is going to be a hell of a good time. Been working on that in the background a little bit. It's one of the reasons why I kind of fell behind on some other stuff. So, but yeah, I don't want to lose the channel. So it's about halfway made. I'm going to take what I have right now. I am going to send that PDF off to Wizards of the Coast probably after this weekend, along with the thing that they sent me to fill out. And I want to just make bloody sure that I have all the bases covered, because I don't want a legal battle with those people. I'm trying to carve out a name for myself in the industry itself through this channel. I'm trying to create something here community wise, and I really don't want to ruin that. That would really, really suck. So anyways, so this weekend, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, and noon Eastern. Subsist Cyber there in our chat, and 4 other wonderful moderators from over there at DnD Beyond are going to be joining me and allowing me the honor of running a sporadic campaign for them as we can get together. So let's go over to D&D Beyond. Let's take a look at the characters these guys are going to be playing, because I am very interested in it. Hey, look at that. Hey, I'm totally up I'm always up for, and that's not the magic tonight there, Babakis. I am totally up, King. Always up for suggestions and input from you guys, because that's kind of what we've been doing here. But look at that. Look where I just happened to open this thing up at. If you are unaware of this amazing website, tabletopaudio.com, these guys are killing it. This is a completely free site that has 10-minute little blurbs of music and sounds for you that do loop, and they are all free. But beyond that, they have a sound pad here that allows you to do specific sound pads very similar to that other program that people have to pay for. On all this, and you have the ability to create a custom sound pad. So if you're a dungeon master or you just dig cool creepy sounds, that's what you're hearing in the background behind me over my big fat mouth. Check these guys out, give them a look. I do donate to them. Great, amazing website. Like I said before, all those subscriptions, bits, and all that sort of stuff are getting turned right back around once we get them from those fine folks over there at Amazon, and they're going right back into the websites. One of the ways that they do go back into the websites is we wind up supporting some of this stuff, get special stuff on Patreon, and pay for programs and all that other sort of fun things. So let's go over to D&D Beyond. Hey, look at that. We're at D&D Beyond, and let me state this right here, right now, while I am running a game for 5 of their moderators. And while there might be some tweets going out about the game this weekend, and yes, in the past they have given me a legendary bundle, which I'm ever so grateful for. We are not sponsored by them. We are not partnered with them. We are not D&D Beyond insiders, which makes me kind of sad. We are not affiliated with them beyond the game and that sort of thing. But we do love this site. We were pushing this site way before this channel ever started. We've been pushing this site since the beginning of this channel. And guess what? I'm still going to keep pushing this channel, or this website. As long as they are doing what they are doing, the way they are doing it, with the intent that I am seeing, we are going to keep pushing them, because they are fantastic people. And I'm not saying that because I'm afraid I'll get banned. Anyways, some of the cool things really quick about this website, if people haven't been following it, the content level here is out of this damn world. They have brought in, well, James Hake has been there. He's a prolific writer, but they have brought in some incredible writers, including James Introcaso, who's doing a bunch of design workshop stuff on how to do the homebrew stuff over there. He's tackling how to do homebrew magic items, which you guys probably saw me talk about a few weeks ago, I think it is. James Hake is doing a lot of really cool stuff, including some spell spotlights, and he's doing the recaps and all that sort of stuff for Critical Role. And then one of my favorite writers, one of the guys out there whose stuff I really dig, Michael Shea, the Lazy Dungeon Master, you're probably familiar with that, is also doing a series of articles over there. Absolutely amazing. Of course, you have Mr. Todd Kenrick putting up the stuff featuring Jeremy Crawford and a bunch of other videos, including this one right here with Holly Conrad. I absolutely love her. I love the Trapped in the Birdcage thing that she's got going on over there on DnD's channel. So go check that out. Also, come over to D&D Beyond. Give it a look. It's freaking fantastic. We're about a month away, I'm hoping, from doing another character project, which will allow you guys to go ahead, jump on over there in a campaign that I put together for you guys to make characters in and be able to use the website and get a chance to get your feet wet in it and see how absolutely awesome it is. But you don't need to wait for that. You can go over there right now, create a free account, and explore the website that way. Lots of cool features going on over there. If you're not subscribed, or at least if you're not following D&D Beyond's Twitch channel, do that. Adam Bradford, Bad Eye, the big boss over there, comes on frequently and does developer Q&As and has a tendency of giving away some of those awesome legendary bundles. If you don't know what a legendary bundle is, it is every book that's available, everything that's available on D&D Beyond right now. So you would be getting yourself, on top of the index and the basic rules, which are free, you get yourself the Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, Sword Course, Adventurer's Guide, Total Package, Volo's Guide to Monsters, and Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Curse of Strahd, Horde of the Dragon Queen, Lost Mine of Phandelver, Out of the Abyss, Princes of the Apocalypse, Rise of Tiamat, Storm King's Thunder, Tales from the Yawning Portal, and Tomb of Annihilation. And the pre-order of Mordenkainen's Tome of Fools. So yeah, keep an eye out, man. Follow these guys. Get involved over on the forums. Keep an eye out for that, because these guys do give away some pretty cool stuff. There's other channels. Watch for it. Adam Bradford was over on Nerdarchy about a week ago. Gave a killer interview over there, and he gave away, yep, you guessed it, he gave away a legendary bundle. So freaking amazing. So here we are. This is a walk beyond. This is super cool. These are the 5 characters. These are the 5 characters being played by the moderators over there at D&D Beyond in the campaign that I'll be running starting this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. I know, ungodly hours. That's 10 a.m. for me. That's usually when I'm getting up. So, yeah, hopefully I'll have my clothes on when I get in front of the camera. But you have Villain Theory over there. He's playing a level 7 Elf Ranger 2 Monk 5 named Kaldor Valomir. You have Larathin Talamari, level 7 Human Fighter Rogue, played by our very own Subsys Cyber. Yeah, that's also, keep an eye over on those forums, because like Subs there said, they will be posting up a character introduction on D&D Beyond for anybody interested. I'm interested. Very, very interested to read that, hopefully before Saturday. We have Ostrin Thorngage, a level 7 halfling cleric played by Source. If you don't know who Source is, if you have ever created a monster homebrew over on D&D Beyond and sent it in for the homebrew thingy, he's the fellow who's been getting slammed with those things and working on them. We have Uthal Fort Smasher, level 7 Goliath Paladin played by Storm Knight. And Yorla, level 7 Tiefling Sorcerer, played by Firehawk. I had a little bit of hand, I think, in some of these as far as the background of the Company of Solemn. They are all playing the last 5 members of a once legendary company of mercenaries in the Dragon Isles region, which is actually west of Atheln, where we're actually going to be playing the campaign. But I am trying to figure out a time where I can do a mapping tutorial and actually map out the Dragon Isles, because eventually they will be going back there, probably a ways down the road. I'm thinking they'll probably wind up going there probably level 10 to 13. They'll be going back to the Dragon Isles, so we'll see how that goes. But I do know that these guys are chomping at the bit as much as I am to run these characters. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead. We're going to pop in. Those are the characters that they're playing. We're going to pop in and take a look at Kalidor, Valomir. I'm not going to spill too much about these guys because I know that they're doing the character introduction over on D&D Beyond for any of those people that might be interested in it. So I'm not going to go too far into it. We're just going to kind of take a look at these guys. I've done a little bit of looking at them. Really cool stuff. Tune in on Saturday if you want to know more. We have a Cloak of the Bat in play. And like I said, Subsist Cyber, he went off and unknowingly chose one of my favorite magic items of all time. He chose Darren's Instant Fortress, which is such a cool item. If you're not familiar with that item, it's right here. So super cool. You can use an action to place this 1-inch metal cube on the ground and speak its command word. The cube rapidly grows into a fortress that remains until you use an action to speak the command word that dismisses it, which works only if the fortress is empty. The fortress... A bit of order. The fortress is a square tower 20 feet on a side and 30 feet high with arrow slits on all sides, a battlement on top of it. If you have access to the magic items over there on D&D Beyond, I highly recommend go take a look at it. This is a really, really cool magic item. I love magic items that can allow you to do... hey, whoa, I took it away. I stowed it. It's not stow it. Yeah, it's stowed. I just stowed it there for you. But it's one of the really cool magic items. I like magic items where I can do things within the story with them. So rather than just being a +1 sword of butt kicking, it's actually an item. Like one of the things that we have going in one of the other games, it's actually making an appearance in the Long Road campaign. It was let's go over and look at that. But anyway, that's a walk beyond. These guys are going to post up introduction on D&D Beyond if you're interested in going and checking that out. Tune in this Saturday and you're going to learn a lot more about these guys. It's a really cool background, really cool characters, really cool players. And if nobody's familiar, hey, if you want a reason to tune in, Firehawk 2324 Bubbles. So I'm going to snap over here to the Long Road. That was then, this is now. There was a nice corkscrew on Saturday night. If you've been following the Long Road campaign, there was a corkscrew. The first 7 episodes of that campaign was actually a flashback scene. None of you out there knew it, and none of the players knew it until I dropped it on them this past Saturday. They were playing characters that had just hit level 3 when in actuality they are level 10 characters. But Talina Halfheart, played by Jeannie, my wife, and one of the masterminds behind this channel here. And she's actually out there, I believe, watching the stream right now in the other room. Hey, Jeannie, if you're out there, why don't you say hi to everybody? Let them know that you're here. Or she might not be, who knows? Caratina. Yeah, Caitlin, that's true. Wow, maybe my wife isn't out there. Maybe she fell asleep. Maybe she's taking a nap. So, Talina Halfheart is the character that she's playing. And Talina, I decided to... One of the things that I do, and I will eventually do it also in the Moderators campaign, when I give out magic items, the Moderator game is starting a little higher level. Hey, there she is. There she is. Everybody said hey, say hey to Sunnydale76 there. She's also Buffy Girl on our Discord. She is the one that is allowing me to do this. She is the protagonist. She's the one that makes sure that my head's on right and everything is going. So, but yeah, she's playing Talina Halfheart in the Long Road. And one of the things I like to do is I like to give my magic items away. When I do magic items, I like to either do completely custom items, or I like to take existing items, modify them for the games. And in the Long Road, I'll eventually do that in the moderator campaign. But in the Long Road campaign, I did that. An example of what I'm talking about is here on Talina Halfheart. One, I gave her smoldering armor of Nathandrel the Black. That's one of the things. But the cooler item is down here is Beldo Baron's Bag of Beasts, or Bag O' Beasts. Hey, how's it going, Necro? Welcome back, man. Another moderator. Haven't seen you that often. I know we're not playing Rift right now. I know. Don't have no time. But Bello Baron's Bag O' Beasts here is one of those items. This is actually just a straight up bag of tricks, gray bag of tricks. That's all it is. But I changed it a little bit. There is an ongoing joke in our Saturday game about one of the players wanting an owlbear. And I've been teasing them. As a matter of fact, in one of the very first episodes, they actually got into a fight with a bear owl or an owlbear. An undead kind of one. But I gave this gray bag of tricks, renaming it to Bello Baron's Bag O' Beast. I upped the rarity of it because this particular version is very rare. And so the gray bag of tricks, as everybody's familiar with, is a weasel, giant rat, badger, boar, panther, giant badger, dire wolf, and normally an elk. But in this case, the number 8 pops up an owlbear. It hasn't been used yet. Pyro Druid's not in the chat. He's one of the characters. He's the player that loves the idea of eventually getting an owlbear. So when she first uses it and throws it out, if it is an owlbear, he is going to have, as they say in the old country, a conniption feet. So he's going to lose his mind. So most of the items that I give out magic-wise are customized, whether it's just a changing of the name, the description, that sort of thing, when I give it out. That way it's something special to the campaign, and that kind of is a bit of the adventure design thing that I'm talking about right now. Is taking the time to take magic items, whether even if it's a mundane sword, and giving it a personality and even a small history, can completely change the feel of that item and that character and that storyline just by having it in place. You can take something as simple as a +1 sword or a mastercrafted sword or something like that in a game. Change that weapon. Doesn't even have to be magical. Give it a name. Doll up the description a bit. Instead of it being plain, it may have something special on the end cap of the pommel. It may have a specific crossguard, something on the blade, a special metal it's made out of. Completely not magical. Well, that sucks, King. It completely not magical item, but the fact that you put that effort into it, it's a named item, it has a specific look. That is something you're gonna find that your character will probably, that player will probably not get rid of it lightly. It'll become something that's cherished, and you can use that in your story design and that sort of thing. You can build hooks into it. You can build all kinds of interesting ideas into just the most common of magical items. One of the things that people ask me, I get messages, weirdly enough, I get messages a lot more often than I ever thought I would be getting messages. I have people sending me messages, asking me for tips and advice and stuff like that. And one of the things that, like for hooks and stuff like that, people start broad and then focus down and in. By broad, doing something like an item like that is very broad, and then you can take a history and then begin to focus in on a hook. that sort of thing. One of the ways that I approach design, and I'm very much using this technique in the games that I run here on the channel. Running a game on a stream, in case some people out there were curious about it or were wondering about it, is quite a bit different than running a game at your home table or down at your local game store or that sort of thing. It's more akin to running stuff at a convention, but even it's quite a bit different than that. The differences are that when you're gaming at your table on your night or at a local game store or that sort of thing, you are focused on entertaining those 4 or 5 people who are there at your table. When you're a DM on a stream, that changes. You're still there to entertain, like on Saturday Night The Long Road. My focus is on entertaining my players as well. This Saturday morning, I'm going to be trying to entertain these guys over there, the moderators from DnD Beyond, Subsist Cyber, Source, Firehawk, Storm Knight, and Villain Theory. But I also have to keep in mind that, like right now, I have 11 viewers at shows watching this, and for whatever reason, they decided to show up here. But when I'm running a game, I have to remember that I have to entertain them as well. So being very descriptive, using dramatic pauses, character descriptions. I've been, hey, how's it going, Caffeine? Good to see you, my friend. Using accents and stuff like that. I was suffering for about 3 weeks from a bout of bronchitis, so coughing and all that. And we so I wasn't able to do a lot of voices. I wasn't able to really use my voice for fear of coughing really loud and that sort of thing. So that sucked, but now I'm back to doing that. So that's kind of the difference. You have to entertain your players, but you also have to entertain your viewers. And also, like for me, I have to technically run everything because we're not a big channel. I don't have the resources to pay for somebody to produce what we're doing. Although I will be producing Stump-O-Matic's game on the 29th, which is going to be kind of an interesting thing there. I'm looking forward to that. But that's kind of the difference. So as a dungeon master, though, when you go to building, let's go ahead and see if I can pull one note up here. When you go to doing, look at that, there's a walk beyond, boom, gone. Subs, you do not freeze the video on demand or go back and clip that and then study it. That's a no-no. Let me see here. So like on the pop-up that we did with Bubbles, this is actually that game. This is the stuff that I was running that night for Bubbles. If you didn't watch the Bubbles, go back and look at the pop-up. Especially the last hour of that was a riot. I've talked about this a bit before on the channel. When I do adventure design, I'm gonna see if I can find something here that I can pull up that isn't gonna blow it for players that are involved in it. I basically start with this is a good, no, this ain't gonna be very good anyways. Let's go ahead and look at That Was Then. So like on That Was Then, this cave map here is going to this cave map here is actually going to be a very big part of the game, probably the next 2 sessions on the long road. Giant's Cave, level 1, Magnus Long Haul. I keep forgetting my wife is watching, so we're going to move away from that. But like right here, the captain's letter. Basically what I do is I come up with a broad idea of what I want to do. So with this Saturday morning's game, with the moderators, I basically came up with an idea, and from this big idea, kind of almost a feel I'll develop in my head, like how I want it to go. And then I will take and go from that. God, I can't leave this thing up because I've got stuff there. I'll go from that and begin focusing in. So I'll wind up doing a generalized bullet point outline on OneNote. So let's go ahead. Let's go pop up. Let's add a page. And so like say, let's just say, for example, werewolves. Let's go ahead and do a bullet point really quick. And I'll give you guys kind of a quick peek in. There's an idea that's brewing in my head right now. So like werewolves stole a child. Messengers reach the I don't know, Bloodthorn Outpost and deliver it to Bubbles. Journey to Snipes Hollow. Confrontation at the inn. Investigate. So investigate bodies of dead werewolves. Discover innkeeper. This is all kind of flying off the top of my head, but I'm trying to give you guys an idea kind of how I work. Discover innkeeper is involved. Other werewolf. Whoops, let me learn how to spell here. Werewolf faction arrives. The child missing is the Wolf King's daughter. Come to find out the faction, and that's kind of basically what I wind up doing when I do up an adventure idea. I come up with a general idea. At this point, it was werewolf stole a child, and I begin to move along, going in a very rough bullet point. And a lot of times, I will title this flow or gist or something like that, and it will always remain over on the side. So, like in this situation with Adventure Weekly, or let's see, yeah, that was then. No, I can't do that because she's watching. What I'll wind up doing is doing it, and it will always be up on my screen at all times when I'm running the game. And then I will build in, like, say, werewolf stole the child, messenger to reach Bloodthorn Outpost and deliver it to Bubbles. Well, maybe this is Bubbles' redemption song. Journey to Snipe Hollow, and then right here there's a confrontation at the end. So then I'll start another point over here. Confrontation at the inn, and then I'll go about describing how that confrontation comes about, the NPCs involved, anything that I need to know, and then like investigating the bodies of the dead werewolves. That is pretty simple. But then say here we have other werewolf faction arrives. Then that's another encounter. Most likely that's going to be a role-playing encounter though, because it will be a setup to maybe some intrigue, that sort of thing. And that is quite literally all I do. I just spent about an hour the other day working on the game for Saturday, for the moderator game, and I have probably got in that hour, I would say I got a good three sessions, probably good 3-4 hour sessions, ready to go for those guys in just that 1 hour. I don't put overly huge amounts of details in because I don't want to become invested into an idea that the players might not bite on, and I don't want to affect their decision making. I want them to be able to feel free to do whatever the hell it is they want to do within my world. So, like on this sort of situation, the hook is kind of like this werewolf stole a child, but the main hook is messengers reach Bloodthorn. I'm playing off something else. Then there's the journey. There's the confrontation. The confrontation at the end could very well be the point where they're like, no, we're not doing this, and they bug out. So I'm not like locked into stone. I'm not in love with this idea, so I can flow and move off of it. So that's the main thing that I do, is I do kind of a flow chart or a flow bullet point outline that just gives me the hook, the gist, and shows me how it is that I would like to see things flow around. And then I will go in either on here. So one of the cool things, like with OneNote, is I can do that, tab, boom. Actually, hold on, that was messed up. I went the wrong way. Let me go right the way here. So I go underneath here, tab in, and then messenger releases, okay, blah, blah. He is bloodied and howls break the night sky. And I put that in, and there you go. And that's all I'm going to do as far as the messengers reaching Bloodthorn Outpost and delivering it to Bubbles. That little piece there where he is bloodied and howls break the night sky. It kind of foreshadows what the big beast is going to be that they're possibly going to have to face. It presents the idea, and this allows the players, if they want to, they can charge out into the night and go investigate it, and possibly produces an off-the-cuff combat encounter, and they could then learn some information about what's going on. Maybe they kill one of the werewolves, he changes to a human, and they find an amulet or a necklace that has a specific design on it, that sort of thing. And from that design, again, like I said, special little pieces that are mundane for the most part, but have a bit of a history and a bit of design to it. That's a point where you could really step in and add a whole different storyline to this whole thing. Maybe the werewolves have adopted this symbol, and they have, some of them have tattoos of it, that sort of thing, and that gives them an idea of who the bad guys are when they get to the town. So when we get to the town, since we are going to be having a different werewolf faction there that might not necessarily be evil, I don't know. It's kind of a werewolf the apocalypse kind of thing. But that necklace there could then have a story behind it that they eventually uncover, and that unlocks another adventure that's in the same campaign type thing and moves stories along. The Journey to Snipes Hollow. I don't believe in using random encounter tables, but I will use random tables. I use like the books from Raging Swan Press a lot. Oh, hey, I got the pop-up game tonight thingy. That should not be there. I am going, well, hey, there's no pop-up game tonight, guys. I am so sorry. I did not take that off of there. But that kind of sucks. So I don't believe in using random encounter tables. I do like using random tables for ideas and to... Yes, I do, Caffeine. It is every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, starting April 2nd. It is going to... You would have to be in chat that first night by 8 p.m. Eastern to give me an hour to get everything set up. And then from that point on... by 8:30 p.m. Eastern every Monday. But yeah, I do indeed need somebody. If you're interested in it, man, send me an email and you can have that spot, my friend. So yeah, so what I'll wind up doing. Yeah, exactly, Source. How's it going, Source? There's another one of the players in this Saturday's rockin' game. No, Caffeine, I don't need an email from you. I'll go ahead and put you on the list, and I will send you some information. I'll send you an invite into that campaign so that you can go ahead and make a character and all that stuff. I will try to get that email to you tomorrow, and we'll get you in there. That's so cool. Thanks for stepping forward, man. Appreciate it. So what I wind up doing, yeah, is like Source says, I use them for inspiration, and I use a bunch of them. I've got so many books and stuff and PDFs that I've bought over the years. I don't use pirated materials. But I'll use those. So what I might end up doing is like there's some really good tables in Xanathar's Guides to Everything over on D&D Beyond. So here it says Journey to Snipes Hollow. I might pop a link to that and put it underneath the Journey to Snipes Hollow. I might have that open on one of my screens, and while the party is adventuring, we're doing some kind of some improv stuff, and I'll just look over, and if there's something there that catches my attention, I'll bring it in. And that's another thing, like the confrontation at the end. That's obviously what I do, is I do focus on those major points that are coming up. There's a battle possibility on this Saturday's game that I've detailed out. There's a couple other role-playing encounters. The company's been offered some money for the hall that they own. So that's going to be a role-playing encounter. So that sort of thing I will detail out. The things that I do pay a lot of attention to are important, major, recurring NPCs. Normal NPCs, literally what I will do is, let's say, Babakis, the Kinslayer. Say he's an NPC, but I don't see him being involved much. I will then do his voice and his look. And then I might add in a possible hook or something else if I feel it's there. All right, take care, King. I hope things get better for you, my friend. I'll tell you what, Caitlin, Caratina87, if you want to know exactly how I'm going to kill all you guys on Wednesday, be here tomorrow. But like on my minor NPCs, that's all I do is I put down something for the voice, so I kind of have an idea. If there's information involved with them, I'll touch on that. And again, a lot of times it'll be in that same kind of a bullet point way of doing it. And then I will, because you could do nested tables on OneNote, but I don't. I'll do the voice, I'll do his look, and any hooks that might be there with him. And that's what I do with my minors. Major one shot or major NPCs, those that are going to be recurring. I found this awesome, I wish I could remember where I got it. I found this awesome template and I use that, and it just quickly tells me the description, act, background, his story role, knowledge, and then if I want to detail him out, some things that I can add in. Oh, no, Quarantine. I figured you'd be here. You said you didn't have anything going on tonight. So I can add in a little bit more detail, but normally I just kind of flow and roll with it on a lot of these things. So for a pop-up, this right here might literally be all I do on a pop-up. The pop-ups that we do here are absolutely as much improv as I can possibly throw out there. I might go pull up a map from one of my favorite map sites if I don't have one that I've done. But then the next stage in it is like anything that's on the bodies. And this is another point where you can add in a bit more on not only the story that you're writing, have you seen the Nord Games? Nord Games, I think it's nordgames.com, their NPC cards. I think that's the company I'm thinking about. They got some really cool NPC cards there too at Nord Games. I'll have to check it out. And give it a look. But yeah, that's exactly what I do. So like on the investigating the bodies of the dead werewolves, this is a prime example. Like I said here, bloodied howls break the night sky. And then since the ID is there, I'll come down and say amulet and then just put special or special. Put the special on it. And that lets me know. Probably is. Those guys do some great work. I love Nord Games. And then that's all I do. And again, this amulet tells a little bit about who they're looking for. I personally like Nord Games. Yeah, I personally like Nord Games. And then here, where they're investigating the bodies of the dead werewolves, the confrontation at the end, I might do something as simple. I don't need a lot. And that's one of the things that a lot of here's a couple of things that I say that a lot of DMs make mistakes of, and I've seen mistakes. These what I consider to be kind of mistakes. Yeah, I love Nord Games. I'll have to check out those ones that you just listed up there. One of the things I see a lot of DMs making both new and more experience is when they over prep. I hate over prep. I think it's a waste of time, and it definitely has the ability to mentally lock you in to the idea of what's going on, and you get vested too far into your story when it's not your story. It belongs to everybody at the table. The other thing that they don't do is I see a lot of GMs that one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give out is listen to your players. And that's not just around the table when they're talking in character. It's during breaks. It's when they're talking out of character. It's when you guys are out having a beer and somebody's talking about the campaign, because you can get a lot of valuable information from your players, and that will allow you to build stuff that they might not be expecting based off of what they're doing. Is a big one. So those are probably the two main ones: over prepping and not listening to players, that sort of thing. So, and like I said, working too hard on stuff. I mean, it's just, you don't have to. So like at a confrontation at the end, all I need, hey, gurgle, gurgle. That's a good words. Confrontation at the end. I don't need an elaborate map. Or I can go find a simple one. I just need the idea. So it happens at night. PC's room. Trying to stop them. And that's it. That's all I need. That lets me know, one, that the confrontation is going to happen at night in a PC's room, and that the reason why they are there is to try and stop the PCs, which means that I can go in for the kill. Play them as if that's what they're trying to do. And also, since they were attacked at night, the NPCs, if any of the werewolves are killed, the party's going to investigate the bodies. At that point, you can drop a tattoo, similar, like I said before, as the amulet. But you can also put in other little bits and hooks and that sort of thing. And you may find that that's how they discover that the innkeeper is involved. Once they find out the innkeeper is involved, then you don't even have to put in talk to the innkeeper. Your players are probably going to do that anyways. You don't need to put it in. But since it is involved, this is, we'll say that Babakis the Kinslayer is the innkeeper, right? So what information does he have? So info, and then you type out the info that he has, so it's right in front of you when you're playing, whether you print it out, do it by hand, whatever tools you use. So you don't need to do anything like that. You already know that information. The other faction arrives, I would do a little bit on that other faction and then continue on. And it's that simple. That's all I do. And I can literally have probably, like I said, I've got 3 sessions ready for these guys over there at DnD Beyond, for the mods over there, Source and Subs and those guys. And I just put it in an hour. I know they're going to have their own ideas. I always like it when I take something, throw it on the table, and players do something with it that I was not ready for. That, for me, is absolutely one of the benefits and things I love about being a DM. So if you over prep, you run the chance of taking your players out of the game, because you become too invested either in an NPC that you think is so super cool, and you're not thinking that the NPCs can kill him. You might do an 8th level warlock, and you think, wow, he's a super cool bad guy. He's my this story arc of this chapter's big bad. But you're going to present him out there so the PCs can see him, and they make a move that you weren't counting on, as good PCs, good players will do. And they get to the point where they've got him pinned and they're going to kill him, and you don't want that to happen, and you think he's too cool for that. You want to save him for later, and you wind up having him escape in some bogus bullshit way. You'll actually see your players' faces. They'll react to that, that sort of thing. So I don't believe in doing a whole lot of over prep. I want to keep it simple. I've also been doing this for 38 years, so I know how to improv. That sort of thing. That's one of the things I would do. Watch some improv groups. Watch a lot of other dungeon masters. I spend sell, keep, retire, game over. I watch an amazing amount of streams when I get the chance. I mean, everything from of course Critical Role and Dice Camera Action and the stuff that Adam Colbill does. There's a guy out there who does Greyhawk. What was it? I just started watching him this week. Just discovered him. His stuff is in Greyhawk, even though it's 5th edition that he's running. That guy's an amazing dungeon master. Really good description. And I watch a lot of dungeon masters. Watch a lot, and I pay attention to the players as well. Caleb on Liam's character on Critical Role, get a lot of inspiration from him. So watch other players. Read. When you watch movies, look at how the cinematography and the camera angles go and all that. You can learn a lot from that. And just play as much as you can. But try not to over prep. Do what you think you need. The same thing, like people, as far as the worlds are concerned. I start, there's 2 ways that I see it as doing world design. Let's go back to the map, for example. 2 ways that I see doing world design. you can start with a broad brush, which is what I've done here. I've started with some really cool names, a broad brush, some really good ideas. This has been developing over years, though. And then I focus in on the area where the game is being ran. Again, this is kind of along the lines of over prepping. If I have a campaign, let's say I'm running up here in the Trellis to Pendle area, this small area up here, I do not need to know what the hell is down here, thousands of miles to the south. But a lot of dungeon masters spend a ton of time developing a world, spending a lot of time developing a world or developing a story idea that has nothing to do with what's going on at that point in their campaign or that isn't involving the players. So when you do adventure design, remember to try and design around where the players are going to be, where the adventure is taking place, and the things that involve them and matter to them. A small halfling that's locked in a cage that has a ton of information is a role-playing character, a character that might actually fall in with them, travel with them, that sort of thing. Yeah, that you want to detail out. An innkeeper who they're gonna see maybe once every 6 months in game, you've got time to worry about that. So a name, a look, maybe a couple key traits, and you're done. You don't need to dump hours into him. You can take that time. Yeah. Ice cream bar and ding dong for later. They're only going to see him once every 6 months, so you don't need to take. You can take that other hour and develop something that involves the PCs. Same thing with doing the world. Everybody wants to have this super fleshed out, super realistic, fun world. And I've talked to a lot of DMs that will design these big grand worlds and don't have a lot figured out. Focus in on the area where things are starting. If you're starting at level 1, do a small village in the immediate area and work out from there. Keep your focus again where the PCs are at, those things that are going to be important to your NPCs or to your PCs. One of the things that I also see a lot of dungeon masters doing, which I think is a mistake, is they put too much weight on their shoulders. Last week I ran 7 games in 8 days, 5 on the channel live and 2 off the channel as the special request games. Never felt close to burnout. Got tired, but that was just because I was fighting a toothache and bronchitis at the same damn time, as well as running all those games. One of the reasons why I don't burn out and I can run games is because I don't overload myself. I don't go bonkers crazy on the amount of stuff that I do. And I completely forgot lost my train of thought. I got so many things going on in my head. But like when you're designing stuff, don't put stuff in that doesn't matter to them. One of the things that a lot of DMs do, hey, I'm back, that I think is a big mistake. And I did this back when I started, is take too much of this DM mantle and place this crap on your shoulders. Like, you have to carry everything. And that's where this over prep, overthinking, tensing up, because like the old way it used to be, I remember in one of the old DM's guides, there was something in there to the effect of welcome to the ranks of the overworked, harassed, and underappreciated. That is such a load of shit. I've been playing games for 40 years and running games for 38, solidly for 38 years. I have played a dozen times, less than a dozen times in that entire span, and I'm happy with that. I think that's such a bunch of crap, because if there are 6 people at the table, that's 6 individual pieces involved in that story. It's not all on the dungeon master. You're the educator of the rules, which is no big deal because they're not rules, they're guidelines. If something doesn't work for you, the hell with it. Kick it out the door for that session, or kick it out of the door permanently and make it a house rule that it doesn't exist. It's your game. And nobody from WotC or D&D Beyond or Kobold Games or any of these other game companies is going to show up at your house being like, you can't do it that way. They're guidelines. So don't get hooked up on it. You got 6 other people, or 5 other people at your table. That's 6 of you. That's 6 parts to the same story. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of DMs do is they put so much on their shoulders and think that they have to carry the game. And by doing that, by over prepping and over focusing and stressing and that sort of thing, and not listening and talking to your players, you wind up pushing your players out. You look at them as a reset. You're not allowing them to do what they do. Let them tell their stories just as much as what you want to tell. Communicate with them. This Saturday morning, I'm going to sit down with these 5 folks. I've only ever played with one of them, and that was Firehawk. I've never played with the others. And I'm just going to throw what I have on the table and see where they go with it. They're going to take my idea, and I guarantee you they will do things that I was not thinking, that never came into my mind. They'll approach things from angles that after games, you would not believe how many times after games I'll sit there and just kind of slump back and be like, holy crap, I never thought about any of that. God, Subsys Cyber came up with this approach to this problem, and I never thought that was even an idea. But I'll be so damn happy that they did, because I'm allowing them to have a role in the story. So as a dungeon master, relax. You're just another player at a table of however many. So like I said, if you've got 5 other players, like I'm going to have this Saturday, I am one of the 6. It's just as much their story, their campaign, and their game as it is mine. I'm just one of them. I have a title called Dungeon Master. You want to know why I have that title? It's because I'm the guy who's going to say yay or nay. All right? A lot of times, I would say 85% of the times when I say yay or nay, a lot of times it's influenced by what's happening from those players at the table. This is listening to your players. If I notice that somebody is really kicked up about a particular idea, and I watch them and I can see the excitement in them, or I can hear it in their voice, and they ask me, hey, can I do this? Can I do this double backflip out of this window as the goblins ride by on the flaming wagon with the barkeep's wife tied in the back? I know a lot of DMs that'll be like, no, you can't, because it's moving too fast, and your athletics isn't high enough, and your acrobatics, you're not built to do that. You're wearing plate mail, blah, 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 blah. And they blow an amazing opportunity to allow something to happen organically and naturally in the game. Me, if I see that they're excited and they're hopped up on the idea, and people at the table are like, oh, yeah, boom, do it. I don't care. Screw the rules. Make an acrobatics. And even if they blow the acrobatics, there's drama to be had there. And it's not coming from me. It's coming from one of my players. So one of my best pieces of advice that I could ever give anybody on adventure design and how to run a table is listen to your players. Don't take don't take too much upon yourself. Remember that you've got however many, whether you're running at a local game store, you're running at a convention, you're running for your home table, or you're running on a stream for some strangers you've never met before. Don't take too much onto yourself. Remember that you have these other resources of fantastic ideas, even if they're goofy, of fantastic ideas from the other players at the table, which you're just one of. Just because you're the dungeon master, that just means that you're the guy that says yay or nay. You're the rules arbitrator. That's it. When you throw something on the table, I don't care how much time you put into that NPC or that storyline or whatever it is. Once you put it on the table, it's no longer yours. You have given it to your players. And that's where I think over prep ruins a lot of things, because you put so much time into something, you don't want to see it destroyed, like the players killing that NPC that was 8th level. They're only 4th. He's supposed to be the big bad. There's no way they should have been able to kill him. One of your PCs at the table is like, well, I'm going to do this. And you're like, shit, yeah, that would kill him. And now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't let this. Fuck it, let it happen. What's the worst that can happen? Your players have a blast, and if you're thinking and you're not overly invested in it, they just gave you another storyline. All right, you now have the ability. Who was his boss? What things are they going to find on his body? Who's going to step up from his shadow to become the new big bad? He's probably got a dozen underlings, so there's one of those steps up to become the new big bad. You can put ideas on him: a letter, a ring, a signet ring, a weapon, a book, a diary, anything like that. So yeah, they killed your big bad. They had fun, obviously, doing it because they know this is a DM trick. Even if they did not outsmart you, and they think they did, let them have it. Take your egos and put them in the closet. Don't bring an ego to the table as a DM. That will kill your game fast. If your players are at the table and they're celebrating, they outsmarted the bad guy, and one of them looks over and goes, "Ha, we got you." Don't say, "No, you didn't." Say, "Fuck yeah, you did. You blew my mind." But guess what? There's more to come. Now all of a sudden, you see what I'm saying? There's a back and forth there at the table. And don't be over-invested in your shit. I mean, that's how I approach gaming. For me, I'm super excited, if you can't tell. I love gaming. Tabletop gaming is my passion. It's my hobby. This is what I've wanted to do for freaking ever. And doing this sort of stuff, I've been doing it for 38 years. I've never lost the love. I've had points of burnout. I have points of burnout, or I've had in the past, but it's because I was doing things differently then than I am now. I can run all the time now and not burn out. But a lot of it is the fact that my approach, the fact that I do. And one of the things when I've talked to dungeon masters, I've been on a couple panels at conventions. I've talked to a lot of people over those years, and one of the things is that a lot of DMs have a hard time because they did it. Like if I sat here and let's say this Saturday morning's game that I'm going to be running for Subsys Cyber Source and the other mods over there at D&D Beyond, which if you haven't checked out D&D Beyond, go do it. It's beyond your wildest imagination. Had to. One of the things, like if I was to put in 2 hours, I put about an hour in, and that's probably the next 3 sessions. So let's say if I put an hour into a specific encounter, and they blew that encounter and had fun doing it, that's what it is. I put it on the table. It isn't mine anymore. It belongs to everybody at the table. And I hate to tell you something, if you slice up that big old fat juicy piece of adventure pie that you just put out there on the table, you only get 1 piece. They get 6 again, or they get 5. There's 5 of them that are having a say in this game. And I hope like hell, not in a dick way. Like if you have a player at the table who's wrecking your shit just because they want to be a dick, there's a little bit of buy-in. There's a little bit of disbelief that has to happen from your players. Good players will sit at the table and be like, okay, the DM obviously, this is the hook. It sounds cool. Let's go. But from that point on, a good player will keep that in the back of their mind, but they'll also try to add to the story. They'll take and make it their own. So you have 5 players like I'm going to have making it their own. So once I put it out there, I get 1 slice. Yeah, I educate the rules, but I try not to let that involve the story. For me, it's all about the story. It's about character development. It's about the arcs, and it's about everybody at this point in the game having fun and providing entertainment to those people who are watching this channel or watching that particular game on that particular day or night or morning, whatever the hell it may be. I mean, hey, Joes, welcome back, man. All right, sweet. Hey, can I get some, let's get some anvils there for Joe running his first one-shot, man. That is freaking awesome. Welcome, brah. Welcome to being a dungeon master, man. Exactly, Joe's. Over-prepping is one of the things that will kill a game so fast. Because you're wasting a ton of time on stuff that is not important. So like I said, like I'll outline my game. I'll outline the session And a lot of times I'm outlining more than just a session because the players will go wherever the hell they're going to go. And I wind up being like, hey, look, I've got this much. Yeah, Joe, that's a good thing there. Live and learn, exactly. Have fun. Have fun. I mean, one of the things, it is kind of crazy because science is beginning to prove this. So one of the things that happens at a D&D table, one of the things that makes role-playing games so damn special is the fact that you're creating Grail Knight. I actually got this awesome hat. I was digging around on Amazon of all places, and I found it on there and I bought it. I had to have it. Had to have this hat. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's I've been running D&D since I mean the D&D box set back in '78 is when I started playing, and I started running off of that box set. But yeah, exactly. Over prep will kill your game. Thinking that you have to take on too much on your shoulders will kill your game. Relax, man. Just have fun. Hey, Mad Clergy, can everybody do me a slight favor? And can I get some anvils in the chat for our newest moderator here at Forged at the Table, Mr. Mad Clergy? If people want to do me a favor and throw some anvils in the chat, because Mad Clergy is now part of our moderator crew. Don't mess it up, people. I hear he's pretty bloodthirsty. So yeah, talk to your players. Don't talk to them. Don't take too much on your shoulders. Talk to your players. Streamline your prep. Yeah, have fun running your games. Talk to your players. Watch your players. Let them tell you what they want to do. Your players will tell you. One of the things that I learned very, very, very early on when I started running games in 1980, man, my games sucked, but they were your classic. I mean, back then it was a whole different style of game. Things have evolved so much. But in around 82, I met a guy at a local gaming shop in Glendale, California. And he was one of the people that kind of changed my mind on how to do this stuff. And that was the fact of just having fun, relaxing, having fun, and taught me how to pay attention to my players. He turned me on to that whole thing, because your players, when you're playing, will give you so much information from the way they're talking, their excitement level, their looks. On breaks, you might get up to go to the bathroom or to go get the pizza that just got delivered. If you keep your ears open, your players behind you are talking about what's going on in the game. Listen to them, talk to them, have open discussions, that sort of thing. Involve them in the game. So like when one of your players, you're sitting there and you're thinking about the game and you're playing the game, and one of your, like, you're thinking, okay, well, this axe, this mace, prime example. I messed up so bad on the pop-up game. Holy hell. Thank you, Joe's Penny, for the Prime subscription. Super appreciated. We will put that money to good use here on the channel. Welcome to the Forge, my friend. Thank you. One of the things that I did this past Wednesday, that's the other thing also, is the DM be able to admit your mistakes. I've seen so many dungeon masters that will not admit their mistakes. And that's so bad. Such a bad thing to do. Admit them. This past Friday, I ran a pop-up game that involved some of my subscribers. Some of the subscribers here on the channel. Mad Clergy was in there. Firehawk was in there. Vangoose, I believe, he was in there. But I ran a game for them, and I made a mistake at the end. Mad Clergy, I saw him on camera, and the two surviving members for that night, of the Bubbles Massacre, got out. They escaped. They got out, And I was setting up this scene. There was a squire that had accompanied them, and this squire had said how this place was going to be the end of them. And when they were coming up and out, I saw Mad Clergy kind of give this look, and he said, he's got the mace. He said, the mace. Like, he thought for sure they were going to come out and find this gnarly, evil mace that they came across was going to be in the hands of the squire. And I heard it. It rang in my head. I'm like, God, that's brilliant. But I looked at my paper, and instead of going with what one of the players said, because it would have been completely innocuous, it wouldn't have had, the difference it would have been that the ending would have been that much better, because they would have come out, the squire would have been there. I could have done something like the squire is holding this mace, shaking, his body being torn apart from the inside by the power, and his skin spider webbing with black veins and smoldering and smoking as flames begin to crack out, and he's torn apart, and the mace lands on the ground. And I end it there because Bubbles, one of the people that had escaped, had battled, and they had battled to get her, the turtle, away from that mace. Like, I'm going to be doing some future storylines involving Bubbles, so everybody can be like, yay, Bubbles. I'm going to be doing some future stuff, but that's a point, like I was talking about. I didn't listen to my player. Clergy sat there and said, mace. That would have taken an already really cool ending and upped it another notch. It would have brought it up had I listened to a player. So as a DM, listen to your players, because they'll give you so much stuff. You've got, like, for me, like on Saturday, I've got the morning game with the mods from over at D&D Beyond. So I've got 5 players there. So I've got 5 brains I can pick about what's going to happen in this story, not just me. I don't have to put that on my shoulders, right? I can take their ideas, and I know they're going to bring ideas. They're brewing. I know they're brewing. That night, I have the Long Road campaign with 4 players this week, and then the 5th player will be joining that. On Sunday, I'm going to be adding Mad Clergy to the Adventure Weekly team. Those are both groups where I've got players that, as a dungeon master, I can listen to them, and they'll give me feedback. They'll give me feedback during the game. They'll give me story hooks, all that sort of stuff. So just start out, like I said, start out small, start out focused on where the story's at, where the players are at, and worry about that immediate area. And I had a DM a couple weeks back ask me, well, what am I going to do if my players decide that they don't want to be in that forest and they decide just to head west? Roll with it. Random tables at that point for random encounter tables, don't roll on them. Like I said, they suck, but those can give you a lot of ideas. Get books on other settings and stuff like that. Like if you get a chance to get the Tal'Dorei campaign setting by Matt Mercer, who James Hake also had a hand in that. Look in there, read novels, man. Like go out and read like literature. You can get tons of ideas. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, modify some ideas from that. But if they decide they don't want to be where you're at, there's probably a good reason for that. Either there's 1 or 2 reasons. 1, they're not digging what you're doing, or they interpret it. Let me say there's 3. Either they're not enjoying what you're doing, which, believe it or not, is very, 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 very seldom. I have never come across a table of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Literally, I've never, in 38 years of running games, never come across a whole table of players that, before they showed up to the convention, to the game store, to the home or the place where I was running the game, I've never had a table of players show up, leave their house with the whole idea of, you know what, I'm going to show up to that DM's game and my whole point is going to be to fuck it up. Players show up at a table with the same desire that the DM does, and that is to play and have fun. So if they decide they don't want to be in that forest, it's most likely that they've misread your story. Like what you're putting out, they misinterpreted it. And so they're taking it the direction they think that it should go. All right. They're not very interested in it, and they're trying to make up their own thing, whether that's right or wrong in your mind. Or very, very seldom it's a player that just isn't getting it. It's very seldomly is it somebody that's trying to ruin your game. So listen to them and be very aware of what you're putting out there. If they say that they want to head out of that area, go with it. See where it's going. You can ask questions as a dungeon master of what they're thinking. Be like, okay, all right, okay, cool. So if just be blunt if you have to. Just go like, okay, so why would you guys be heading out of this area? It sounds like the Marquis wants you guys to go here. Why are you guys going there? What's the thought process going on with Bilbo and Samwise? Why do they want to go that way? That's perfectly okay. And a lot of DMs don't feel that they can engage in that sort of conversation at the table. Again, like I said, it's a story of everybody that's involved at that table. It's everybody's game, you know? Because we want a second opinion. We don't trust that dude. All right, so okay, Bilbo, where are you gonna go? What's the plan? Where are you guys gonna plan on heading to go find this second opinion? And they will, you will probably have given them a place, and they'll go find. So there, you've got a freaking another story there, you know. And don't, oh my God, don't take your current story. Like say this thing that's up on the screen right here that I was just goofing off to show what I was talking about. Don't take. Like, say they go to Journey to Snipes Hollow. Say at this point they go a completely different direction. Don't take all of this here and put it in front of them down the road. That's called railroading. If they don't want to take your route to accomplish something, go with them. They obviously have their own idea. Don't be so vested in your own stuff that you can't let go of it and follow what a player wants to do. All right, and that sort of thing. Don't try to man up and be that sort of thing. Like one of the things that gets me is it's like I've had people ask me in the past on panels like, well, what's it like? They're surprised when they find out I'm nervous. This past Friday night before the, believe it or not, I'm kind of an introvert, and I have social anxiety, other anxiety, and I suffer from depression. Well, see that there. We'll talk about that. I suffer from all those things. Gaming is one of the ways that it helps me to deal with it. So, but I gotta ask. People are like surprised to find out that I get nervous before games. I get nervous before doing streams like this, just where I'm sitting here bullshitting for the night. This past Friday's pop-up game, I was so nervous I just about threw up. I actually thought about not doing it. I'm nervous about this Saturday, but not near as much as I was for that pop-up for some reason. I still get nervous. That's totally freaking natural to be nervous. If you're not nervous, like for me, if I'm not nervous, there's something wrong. I'm coming into the game with my head not screwed on tight. So, you know, nerves are going to be there, and that can drive a person. They feel those nerves. They feel like, well, I'm the dungeon master. I'm supposed to know all the answers and have all the rules figured out and know all the rules. We're going to get to that one too here in a second. I can't show that I'm nervous. I can't sit there and say, hey guys, I'm nervous about tonight. Give me a couple seconds to stretch my mind and go for a walk. Go look in the bathroom window and make stupid faces. Mad Clergy, I got nervous before the pop-up game because I wanted to do a good job. Yeah, see, that's for me, that's a big part of it. I'm always worried that I'm going to fall flat on a particular night. And that worry drives me to hopefully not fall flat. But, you know, be honest with your players. The other thing is, a lot of dungeon masters out there think that they have to be rules lawyers. They have to have all the rules memorized. Bullshit. You don't have to have the rules memorized. Luckily, I use DnD Beyond. and no, you don't have to have the rules memorized, man. You don't. If a person is playing their character, exactly. If a person's playing right there, if Karentina, she's in the finish of tomorrow night's pop-up game. She's playing her character, and she goes to cast a spell. I can simply sit there and say, hey, okay, well, what does that spell do? What's the save for that spell? Yeah, subs, I am the exact same way. I am pacing back and forth before I do a live stream. I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm trying not to throw up. The second I go live, like tonight, the second it comes down to that, welcome to Forge at the Table. I'm Charles. I'll be your host tonight, and this is DM Designs. Right when I do that, I slide into this person, and this is the DM who hits his hat. Make the player as a player. Oh, I got massive OCD. Yeah, I see I didn't take my clown off tonight, but there is no pop-up game tonight. Hey, actually, I think I can edit him, can't I? Hey, cool popper, bye-bye. There you go. No pop-up game tonight. There will be a pop-up game probably sometime in the next week. I'm gonna try and keep them on a weekly thing where I do a pop-up. But make your players play their character. Yeah, I mean, if the player's playing a warlock and they cast a spell, you are already focusing on what's happening in the story. You're always already trying to figure out where things are going, and you're trying to come up with some ideas and add things. I have yet to meet anyone who can claim to be completely sane or normal in the gaming community. I like it that way. They are all way more interesting, and that is my wife. Yep. Definitely, sweetie. Spot on there. But yeah, it's one of those things where make the players handle their character stuff. So, and the other cool thing about it is if, like, say Caitlin or Caratina there sits there and says, you know, I cast Fireball. And how much damage? What's the saving throw? Okay, so what does that do? It doesn't make you look bad as a DM, and you've just taken them out of it so you can work on this while they're figuring it out. And then when they're ready to go, you've set something here and you come back to them, boom, they cast the fireball, whammo, these guys have got their action ready to go. Okay, so then you're going to move off to the side. Exactly how you're going to do that. They're going to stop and think, and you set up the next person's action. You come back and you move through the table kind of in that sort of a way of doing it. You don't have to know all the rules. You don't have to know all of the spells. It helps. I don't. Yeah, designated multitasker, DM, exactly. Give some of that stuff to your players. One of the cool things I've heard a lot of DMs do, I don't do it because I got a really simple way of doing initiative. Is make one of your players do initiative. Give them the responsibility of doing initiative for you. Take as much off of your own shoulders and give it to your players. They're players. That's what they're there for. Make them do stuff. You know, they showed up to have fun just as much as you showed up to have fun. There's no reason, not to delegate and stuff like that. And like I said, don't get so super wrapped up into your stuff that you can't let go of it. That's one thing I see a lot of DMs do. And hey, how's it going, Kelly? That's one of the things I see a lot of Dungeon Masters do is they can't let go of their stuff. They throw it on the table and they think that they still own it. Man, you're blowing smoke up your own ass. Sorry about the language, but if you think that you take your idea, right, clergy, and you put it on that table, if you think that you 100% own that idea, then don't DM anymore, or stop and pull away and take a look at it, because you don't. You just gave it to your players. Let them run with it. Let them have fun. Roll with their punches just as much as they roll with yours. It's just like I've been sitting here for the past 2 days talking with Villain Theory, for example, who's going to be playing a really cool character in our Saturday morning game. Same with Firehawk. I've been talking with her. They had questions about their characters, and they put it out there, and I responded. And there's been a back and forth about it, how to best fit them in. That's the job. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Boy, I bet I'm boring the hell out of people. So that's my take on it. I mean, and always, if you guys ever... All right, take it easy, Necro, and we'll see you next time around. Hopefully I get a chance to jump into some Rift with you. Yeah, exactly, Subs. That is such a good point because it like in this past week, I think that I sat down with my wife this past week or today. I think I've played for 17. I ran games for 17 different players here on the channel and then 8 more. So for 25 different players in the 7 games I've ran over the past 8 days. 25 different players. That's 25 different minds, 25 different views, 25 different interpretations of what it is that I'm throwing out at that particular time. So this Saturday morning, I run for the 5 moderators over there at DnD Beyond. I put my idea on the table. All 5 of them, any time that you want to do that, Carantina 87, we can do it. Anytime. I will take an hour out to go ahead and do that with you. I'll do that with everybody. I'd totally do it. Exactly. That's what like my wife there just said. One of the things that I always ask my players at the beginning of a campaign. Campaigns are so much different than one-shots and pop-ups. But one of the things I always ask my players is simply, what do you want from the campaign? What do you want from all of this? What do you want to see happen? And I haven't done that yet for the mods game. But since it's been brought up, this is Tuesday, tomorrow night's Wednesday. That question will be going out either tomorrow or on Thursday to the moderators. I'll be putting it there in the Discord chat that we have for them. And I'll be asking I'll be asking them that very question. And I do that. I do that on every single campaign because I want to know what my players... That's a great question to ask. And a lot of times you'll catch them off guard because they might not be used to that. A lot of players will not be ready for a dungeon master to say, hey, this is your story, this is my story, I know what I'm going, I know what I want into it, I want to know what you want, and that involves your players. That's one of the things I do a lot of is try to get my players involved in it and how they go and what they want so that I can design some of that stuff in. Yeah, and one of the things that I'll do when I ask them that, they'll come back to me like Villain Theory. He came with one idea, I brought back another idea. And it is kind of a give and take so that you kind of find that middle ground on what you would like to see the flow of the campaign go and what they would like to see. One of the things I do when I do a campaign, it's really simple. I start if it's level 1 or in this case level 6s and that sort of thing. I will start where they're at. That's the beginning. So I'll come up with the beginning. And I gave what I think is a pretty good little hook to get things going. It leaves a lot open on the table. I told them as players, take it, modify it, do what you want with it, talk back to me, and we'll get this figured out. But I will sit there and I start where they're at. The ending, I have a rough idea of where I want it to go. And I have a rough idea at the middle. But I let the players also dictate. I don't lock in. I don't come up with a beginning, a middle, and an end. I come up with the beginning. I have a better idea of the end than I do the middle. Because the middle is theirs. That's where they're going to be playing in. And all that stuff in the middle moves to that. So they might move the same direction that I want it to go, but in a totally different track. Where was something else here? There was something... and yeah, each group is totally different. I mean, totally different. Subs has got some really good stuff there. Yeah, that'd be interesting. And yeah, again, don't get so overly attached to your NPCs or to your storyline, man. Let the players run rampant. Let them have fun. I mean, if you think about it, I'm going to be sitting in this studio under these lights sweating my ass off for probably 10 hours this Saturday. running games on Saturday. I run the morning game with the moderators, and then I'm running our standard game at night here on the channel. And then I'm turning around the very next day, and I am running the Adventure Weekly game. And then I'm thinking that next Monday there may be a pop-up game. I'm gonna tell you, there's a couple different ways you can get involved in games on this channel. The first and bestest way of getting involved in a game on this channel is giving us at least a follow, because all the game stuff we do on here that involves you guys, the viewers, is at the follower or higher level. Subscribers always get preference, but at least a follow. Drop an email to down below. That lets me know, and I will put you on a list so that when I send out an email looking for players, that list goes out to the people that are on that. Tell me the times and days, Eastern time, that you're available. Watch the channel, but also get involved over there on Twitch. Like tonight, there's a bit of giveaway happening. And that was announced on Twitch. There's a special magical words that you got to say, and that will enter you in it. Only do it once, and you get a chance to win something. And it's cool stuff. It's not expensive, but it's cool. And I also will be announcing over there some of the pop-ups, and on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. Over on Twitter. I probably said Twitch, but yeah, over there on Twitter, I'll announce it. And get involved in our Discord channel. We have a very lively Discord channel. Our Discord channel is not filled with crickets. The people over there are really cool. They're talkative. A lot of good discussions going on, and I announce things on there. That's also one of the other ways is I come up with campaign ideas as we add dungeon masters, because that's one of the things we're doing here. Is we are definitely adding on to our Discord information is down below, by the way. One of the ways that we are doing some things is we are on Discord. I announced that I had openings in our Adventure Weekly game, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern every Sunday here on the channel. Mad Clergy there jumped in on that, so he's getting added. I still have a spot open in that. Caffeine Stu is just picked up the 4th spot in a game that's starting here on the channel on April 2nd, The Shifting Sands. So he's in that. Jens is in Adventure Weekly, as well as the one shot that finishes up tomorrow night, and that's how she got involved in it. We have more DMs coming on board. I'm going to need 5 players for a brand new Curse of Strahd campaign that one of our dungeon masters here on the channel is going to be running. I'm looking to add more dungeon masters, running some pre-made stuff like Tomb of Annihilation, Princes of the Apocalypse, that sort of stuff. So there's gonna be chances to get into that. I'm looking at trying to figure out what day I can possibly add in another campaign that I'll be running. I'll be running a Saturday morning campaign sporadically, the Saturday night campaign every Saturday, the Sunday campaign every Sunday, the Monday campaign every Monday starting in April 2nd. I'm thinking I was going to try and do it on Friday. That fell through. So I might be adding one in on Wednesdays. I don't know. But that information will go out either on Twitter or on our Discord. And I'll add it in while I'm talking about here. But you can get on those lists by getting a hold of us below and dropping a follow here. That is one of the cool ways that you can do this. Hey, welcome back, Rainy, and you just came back just in time. All right, so here's the deal. You have got, what time is it? What are we looking at here? Timeline. You got until until that thing ticks off. That we've been doing this for 2 hours, so you've got until 11 p.m. Eastern time to jump your butt on Twitch. Be a follower on Twitch and be a follower here and say the magical words, and you're going to get a chance to win some dices tonight. I'm giving away 2 sets, well actually 3 sets of dice tonight. The first set of dice that I am giving away tonight are Chessex 27434. These are the Burgundy with Gold Vortex. So they are really cool burgundy red with gold letters, vortex dye in there. Never before touched. I will lick them for you if you want. That is the first set that is being given away tonight. So here in 11 minutes, I'm going to do the drawing on that one. The only way that you can find out how to find out is you got to be over there on our Twitter, friends, and follow us over there. There's going to be a second spectacular set of dice given away tonight before this stream ends. And that will be given away probably in about, let's see, it's 9 o'clock, probably close to 10:30, somewhere in there. And that will be a different magical word that I'll only post up in our Discord. So if you're not on our Discord, that information is down below. Please give a follow, because this is only open to our followers and above. If you enter into this and you're not a follower, I'm just going to do a drawing all over again. You're not going to get the dice. Yeah, my kids are my kids aren't for sale. I love my children more now because they're grown and out of the house than I did before. But no, that's probably the main thing to do. Mean thing to say. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on. Get involved. I've got DMs jumping on board in the next couple months. One on the 29th of this month, Stump. And he's going to be looking for 5 players for a Curse of Strahd game. I am talking to my very, very, very good friend, Connor. He was there at the beginning of this. He's got some issues. Hey, Firehawk. He's got some things going on personal in his life. We're going to work to help him get that stuff sorted out. He's going to come on and be running a game eventually on here. That's 2 more DMs. I'm talking to 2 other folks to come on here. Tome of Beast, yay. Yay, 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 yay. Tome of Beasts, yay. Yay. Tome of Beasts, yay. Caffeine, damn yay. This book is so freaking amazing. So, I mean, Wolfgang Bauer and the guys over there at Kobold Press did a bang-up job. There are some seriously cool monsters in this bad boy. There is some stuff in here that is amazing. Like this ghoul beggar ghoul. Oh, yes, definitely. I'm excited. I love this book. Pick one, Tomb of Annihilation or Tome of Beast. If I had to pick those, it all depend on the situation. If I'm looking for a pre-made to run, I'm going to pick Tomb of Annihilation because I need the pre-made. Tome of Beast is 400 and some odd pages of monsters. And there's there's so many good things. I go through this book and the adventure ideas that come out of this book are nuts. There's an adventure coming up involving a well. That comes out of this book. And how's the move going, Firehawk? Yeah. But I mean, if I had to pick one, Tomb of Annihilation or Tome of Beasts, or Tomb of Beasts, Tome of Annihilation, or Tomb of Beasts. But yeah, this book's really good, Caffeine. I would highly recommend it. Way recommend it. It's an amazing book. One of the best third-party publisher books. But yeah, there's an idea that I've got coming up. I'm actually thinking about running a pop-up or a one-shot involving that storyline with the well. That might actually be, maybe I'll toss that out there as a pop-up with a character known as Bubbles. I think we'd probably be able to get Firehawk to reprise her role as Bubbles. And maybe we'll do a bit of a redemption song for Bubbles. Ooh, eating for the first time when you're unpacking? Ouch, man. Take care of yourself. I need you in the Saturday game. I need you to come back and play Bubbles. So take care of yourself. Hate to see you get sick or something. Good grief. Tender band of children. Yeah, so people did not realize we are going to be doing... would people be interested? Let me ask this first. In a Forged at the Table t-shirt. It would have our round logo on the left-hand breast. And on the back, it would say, in quotation marks, all about the tabletop. That's one of the shirts we're going to be having possibly made. And the other one, I just found out that the artist he's accepted it. I'm going to be sending the money off for the commission to do the Bubbles Wanted poster artwork and the Scared Innocent Bubbles peeking around a tree artwork for the Bubbles Wanted poster two-sided shirt. So we're going to be moving ahead on that. It's going to be a little while on that one because the artist, we're going to work to try and get something really, really cool. So here's the kicker. We're actually thinking about taking pre-orders for these to help kind of defray some of the cost. And it would also mean that we wouldn't have to order like 10 of each size of shirt. We could actually order the shirts in a size that you want. And it would probably be... I don't know, I don't know what the pre-order would be, like how to do it and all that stuff. But we're working on some ideas. We're a small channel, we're growing, but yeah, funds are being diverted to other things. So we'll see what happens. Keep your eyes open for that. But yeah, Tomo Beast, awesome book there, Caffeine. I highly recommend it. It's awesome. So I'm thinking about doing a pop-up of that or a one-shot of that with Bubbles possibly being involved. I've got some Bubbles storyline ideas coming. I've got a couple other pop-up ideas. There's one kind of right in front of you right here that's a possible pop-up. Your feed keeps dying. It's not on my end. The dead half-orc, Swarmsy? The dead half-orc. Yeah, I am not dropping... Is anybody else out there having difficulty with the feed? Because it does. My feed looks really, really good on the inspector. It looks really, really good here on OBS. Hey, Jeannie, you out there watching? Oh, okay, Fire. Boy, you scared me. I'm like, oh no, what problem's going on now? But yeah, so we got some... All right, cool. We've got we got some shirt ideas. That's a possible idea too. The half-orc saying that's odd. We could actually have him saying that's odd right as the mimic is launching out to attack him. That would be kind of a cool shirt. I can put the Forge of the Table logo on the front and that on the back. That would be kind of cool. Keep the ideas coming. We are going to try and do some stuff. We've got some dice bags coming. One of the things I'm looking at doing is doing branded dice bags and things like that as well. We got a lot of ideas coming. It's just we're a small channel and we're trying to get things done. I'm trying to line up more DMs, trying to get more games going, that sort of thing. I got a funny feeling, man, this weekend is going to be epic for this channel. I think it's going to be absolutely epic. I think that this could be the kick-off. Definitely, yeah, dice bags, definitely. I think that this weekend could be the weekend that sees us kind of begin to move forward. Not that we already haven't. I mean, in 2 months we got 205 amazing followers. We got Rainy Keys playing a bard tomorrow. How much more hyped can you be than that? That's going to be super awesome. Saturday morning is going to be a blast. I'm going to be nervous, but that's to be expected. I am so looking forward to that game. I honestly think that this weekend may be the weekend that launches us. Oh, ooh, we're gonna have a singing bard tomorrow night. Oh, here we go. That sounds awesome. That is gonna be sweet. That's you can hear me sing, but you wouldn't like it. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming up. We're super excited. I'm kind of dragging before we move on to do anything right now because we're doing this dice giveaway in a minute. Yeah, people, I think you're gonna miss out on some stuff. I got a feeling in my gut that this weekend is just going to be where the ball really gets going. I mean, as it is right now, I've had very emotional moments so far on the stream. Just because of I never expected this thing to do what it's doing. I never expected it to take the steps it's taking. I mean, it's been mind-blowing so far. I mean, if you've been here since the beginning, or you've been here for the past few weeks, you've seen it. I mean, this channel is going a little bonkers. So, I'll tell you what, Rainey, you ever want to DM a one-shot, I can, it's the exact same thing as what we're doing tomorrow night. I can get you players. I will happily let you do a one-shot on this channel. I'll let anybody that really wants to do it. So, I mean, that's the way it goes. So, hey, hey. All right, folks, here we go. I'm going to roll it. This is the giveaway. This is for Chessex 27434 Burgundy with gold. Vortex dice, never opened. These dice are super nice. I own them. Cross your fingers, because here we go. Here we go. Boing! Caffeine stew. Caffeine. Over on Twitter was where this one was at, Joe's Pennies. Our Twitter information's right there next to the D&D Beyond logo. That's one of the ways of getting in on games here. And also over on our Discord, which is in the information down below. That's the two ways you can do that. Caffeine. If you were out there, Caffeine, I need to see your name, my friend. Please tell me you're still here, brah. Hold on. Well, that Discord's another good way. I do a lot of talking on there. I look for a lot of players and stuff. Caffeine, you have to be here to win this. Uh-oh. Oh, that would suck, Caffeine. He's been following us since February 26, 2018. And he's a subscriber. Caffeine. That's the big thing. You got to be here to win. Yeah, I know he's still listed. All right, Caffeine, I'm going to give you until 11:05. You've got 3 minutes, Caffeine. Caffeine. So yeah, anyways, what you see in front of you, that's kind of how I do and go about doing my thing when it comes down to building stuff. Hey, there you go, Caffeine. You just won yourself this set of dice. Send me an email if you would, Caffeine Stew. Send me an email. You know the email address. Send me an email. Put in the subject line. Well, these dice right there. Put in the subject line, dice winner for me, and send me your shipping address, Caffeine. And we will get these out 1 week from today, most likely, or sometime. We'll get them out when we can get them out. I'll let you know. So you won those dice. So we're going to be doing another giveaway tonight, though, because I feel like giving away 2 sets of dice. Because I'm crazy like that. I am crazy like that. We do not give away dice. We've given away rule books. We do not give away rule books, dice. Nothing that we give away on here is for any other reason than for us, our way, for us to say thanks for hanging out with us, spending time with us, supporting this channel. That's the way it goes, and we're doing it as a way of saying thank you. So I have another set of dice. That was go to Caffeine Stew. I'll look for that email. We are going to do another magic word. Let me see what that magic word is going to be. That magical word is going to be... Here we go. I got the magical word. Let me put it in the Nightbot, and then I'll put it out there for everybody. All right. Only put this word in one time. Anti-spam is enabled. You do it more than once, you are not going to be able to win the dice. This is open to all of our followers and above. The magic word for this next set of dice. Do you want to see the dice before the magic word? Because they could be really ugly dice. Apparently nobody has an opinion on that. Dice, please. All right, so this is kind of a special one. It's kind of a special one. You're gonna get a chance. These are I think some of the most expensive dice that are currently available over there, Chessex. What you're gonna be going for right now is Chessex 27524. These are pink with silver ghostly glow. Ghostly glow. I actually own these. These dice are sick. They look really orange in my camera, sorry, but these are kind of a swirled, translucent, milky pink with silver dice. These things are so nice. But there's more. I think I've got some invisible dice. Because I'm running a green screen. And since I got a green screen, it's going to be really tough to see these. But I got this miniature set. Oh, you can actually see them. Can you see those guys a little bit? You can see that there are dice in that bag. I'll show you how small these dice are. All right, I'm going to show you how small these dice are. There's the Chessex set. There's the set of minis. All right, these minis are from Metallic Dice Games. I don't know the name of them, but they have they're green sparkles inside of the mini dice. So you're gonna get the pink ghostly glow with silver numbers, and you're gonna get the sparkly miniature size set of dice. These are really cool. I also own these. But you're gonna get 2 sets of dice on this one. The magic word. The magic word is... This is the magic word. All right, here's the magic word. Only enter this once. Only enter this once. There's the magic word, all one word, Yorla and Bubbles. We will give those dice away at, let's see, it's 9 o'clock, it's 9:07 my time, so it's 11:08, at 12:15. 12:15, we will give those dice away. Only type it once, folks. So in an hour and 7 minutes, those dice go out to one of you guys. There you go. Yeah, roughly an hour from now. No, sweetie. Those I want. You like that magic word there? Firehawk? Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. So, all right, well, actually, I'm going to step up. I'm going to stretch my legs here for just a minute or two. I'm going to go out and say hi to my wife, steal a kiss from her, get rejuvenated. I'm going to be back in here for the next hour of the stream, and we'll finish the stream with some announcement and giving away some dice in about an hour. Give me 2 minutes. I will be back super soon as I can. I'll be back shortly. We may be giving away a set of the Tomb of Annihilation dice here. Sometime in the next week or two. I'm back. I'm back. I am back. How's everybody doing? Thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. Let's get the actual screen back up. Hey, look, it's me. I'm back. Yeah, so we got some interesting stuff coming up. Yeah, the puke green ones. Yeah, source. I got those. Yeah, we're gonna be giving those away, possibly. One of the things that we do have coming up, I know that we've got some players over there in different parts of the world, that sort of thing. If you're in one of those other parts of the world, I might actually be setting up a pop-up. See, Firehawk, I like them. But then again, I like all my dice. I've got so many dang dice. You wouldn't believe it. I think me and my wife combined we're up over 3,000 dice, 3,500 dice. Well, good, Source. I'm going to dig them out of my collection, and that's what I'm going to use to kill you guys on... I mean, run a game for you guys on Saturday. So I'm going to be trying to put together an early morning pop-up on my time zone. When I say early morning pop-up, my time zone, I am talking probably 6 o'clock in the morning. One of these days coming up sometime in the next month or so. I'm going to try and drop one of those in there. Maybe even as early as 5 a.m. in the morning. That sort of thing. Yes, your time, Source. I was waiting to see if you'd realize what I was talking about. Because I want to run a pop-up that involves our good friend there, Source. That's one of the things that I want to do. That's one of the things we're going to do. I'm going to get a pop-up in his time zone. Yeah, actually, those dice, I was really disappointed when I got them because, yeah, they're not the great. They're not the greatest color dice. I want the My Little Pony dice. If anybody wants to make this Dungeon Master really happy, find me a set of the My Pony dice. Get a hold of me. I'll give you my address and I will let you send them to me. I want my pony dice. Yeah, and that's why I bought them, Firehawk, is because they were so super sexy. So anyways, this area of the world right here is one of the areas that is going to be involved with the game this Saturday. I need the name of a forest. That's the only thing I don't have. No, I want the My Little Pony dice. Nobody else gets My Little Pony dice before I get My Little Pony dice. I'll run a Bubbles game again when I get My Little Pony dice. There. No, anyways, I need the name of a forest. Anybody out there got a name for a forest? No, Jeannie, they're talking about not the My Little Pony dice. They're talking about the Tomb of Annihilation dice. Yeah, they are. She knows what they look like. They are, Jeannie. They're talking about those Tomb of Annihilation dice that I got. They're that kind of puke green, like dull-looking set of dice. $90 on Amazon? Holy shit. I got $90, so I'm gonna put that in the stream someplace. I'll do something else. The My Little Pony dice were a set that was done and given out only at HasCon or Hasbro's convention. So that was where they were. Shadowwood Forest. Guess what? Love the name, Pebbles. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Love that name. Love that name, but the Shadowwood is right there. So we think alike. Got a great mind there, Pebbles. I just need the name for a basically a pine forest. It's a little bit darker right now, at least. That's kind of what I'm looking for. No, Hasbro, they were only at that con. They're a source. They are only on the secondary market now. No, they're not for sale at Hasbro. They were only released during HasCon, the convention, and they were never for sale on Hasbro's website. They're only on the secondary market now. Which sucks. Because I want those set of dice. That's the one set of dice I probably want more than any other set of dice in the world right now. But if I'm going to spend $90, I'm going to spend $90 on something. What? Okay, hold on. DM's going over to the Hasbro site. Yeah, but you can't add them to your cart. Hey, can't add them to the cart though. And it says right there that they were only available at the convention. Get my hopes up like that, source. Some good names. Gloom Grove. So how you doing tonight, Pebbles? What brings you to this neck of the woods? What brings you over here to forge at the table? Hersgavid. Curious Wood. Source. How about Curious Wood? I'm a stickler. I am a stickler. I'm a stickler. Whisper Pine. Actually, I think that Whisper Pine might actually work, knowing the backstory of this little joint. To everybody who just came up with ideas, thank you. I super appreciate it. Wow, that's some big words there. But I think right now I'm going with Whisper Pine because I know the backstory a little bit better on this joint. And I think it might actually fit in there a little bit better. Appreciate all the input though. I am copying down some of those words, some of those interesting things, because I might find a different place for them in the world itself. So now I need to change Life Cola Cheese to Turtle Grove. No. So I think I'm going to pop this to 6. That'll work. Then I need to come grab this somehow. Let's do this. Go view 200% so I can grab this. Go okay. That works there. I will take Arden, copy layer style, Whisper Pine, paste layer style. There we go. We go back out to 100%. There we go. All right. Your resolution dropped like a fly. All right, well, cool. Well, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Everything you might want to know about our stream. Yeah, if you enter in that magical world, Yorla and Bubbles all together, you will get a chance to win some dice here in a little bit. Really cool dice. They are Chessex dice, pink, silver, ghostly glow, right there, and a miniature set of dice right here that are green sparkles from the Metallic Dice Games Company. Love it, love it. Everything you need to know about us is down below. Our whole idea behind this channel is that we're trying to build a community for gamers, ran by gamers. For example, of all the eventual 5 games campaigns that are being ran here by the end of this month on this channel, 4 of those involve you guys, our followers and our subscribers. We do pop-up games, which you can see right down here. Information about that. Yay, Stump-O-Matic right there. Matter of fact, there's one of our Dungeon Masters. He's going to be running some games coming up on the channel. We have got a whole slew of stuff coming up that involves you guys. We want to run games for you. Our goal is in 2 years to have 20 to 25 Dungeon Masters running games on this channel. 16 hours a day, if we can, for followers and subscribers. That's our whole thing here. Huge chunks of this map have been made, have names and stuff have been coming up with by you guys. We are also going to be running a game this Saturday morning for 5 of the moderators over there at D&D Beyond. So that's kind of our kick. That's what we do here. We want to run games for people. That is definitely that's our main focus. That's what we did with this channel. That's why we started this channel, and all that sort of thing. Eventually, the Wednesday tomorrow night. Well, as a matter of fact, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we actually have one of our games. It's going down. It's the ending of a one-shot that started last Wednesday. We're finishing that up tomorrow night, and that actually involves 4 of our subscribers. Rainy Keys there actually stepped up tonight, and she said that she is going to step in for a player that can't make it tomorrow night to finish it out. So, and that's that easy. You can get involved in games if you like to play. If you're interested in joining some games, we'd love to have you. The only thing you have to do is drop a follow on us. That's all we ask. Don't even have to subscribe. Just drop a follow, jump in our Discord, let us know you're there, and follow some instructions that are below. And there you go. I'm always looking for players. I have a spot right now open in our Adventure Weekly Sunday game, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Sunday, I have a spot there in that game. We have a possible another spot to take us up to 5 for our Monday game that starts on April 2nd. That is the Shifting Sands campaign. It's going to be down here in the deserts of Ria, the land of Shifting Sands. So we're looking for players for that. Stump-O-Matic there, probably looking like it's going to be in April. Is probably going to be starting up his campaign, which he's going to be looking for 5 players for a Curse of Strahd game being ran here every Thursday night on the channel. I'm talking to another Dungeon Master right now. He's a good friend of mine. We're trying to get him sorted out so he can get on here and run some games. And I'm talking to 2 other Dungeon Masters besides that. So that's a bit about us. That's the spiel. So that's some of the fun. What we're doing right now is we were just kind of talking about some adventure design type stuff, some prep and all that. We're probably going to wind up coming over here to D&D Beyond a little bit again and look at some of the stuff that's going on. Looking at the campaign feature right now, as a matter of fact. These are the technically active campaigns that I've got going. I don't really know if they're active or not. This one actually gets deactivated now because it's no longer the character that's being done. The Shifting Sands is a game that I run. Adventure Weekly is a game that is being run. Why in the heck are there so many characters activated? Well, that's weird. Huh, I want to take a look at that. Forged one-shots. We do a lot of one-shot stuff here as well. A Walk Beyond. This is the campaign for this weekend involving Source, Firehawk, Subsist Cyber, Villain Theory, and Storm Knight. All of those guys are moderators at this wonderful set of tools, this wonderful website, D&D Beyond. I am not employed by D&D Beyond. I am not affiliated with D&D Beyond outside of running games for them. We are not sponsored. We're not partnered. I'm not a D&D Beyond insider. So that's the campaign they're in. The character project is something we've got going on here that's going to kick back up probably towards the end of April, where we open it up for you guys, our viewers, to come in, make characters, use all the funky cool tools they've got here on D&D Beyond, and explore the website for free. So yeah, that's some of the stuff we've got going on here. I have got a little bit longer. Got a little bit longer to go tonight. We're going to be going for probably about another 45 minutes. I get that feeling. I get that feeling there, Rainy. So another site that I want to push. Like, people, you're going to see these from time to time. Let's see if I can find one. You're going to see these from time to time. This is some of the stuff for the one-shot. So my one-shot players tomorrow night, don't try to memorize this because I'll change it on you. Both of these maps here that I'm using for tomorrow night's game are from a gentleman by the name of Dyson Logos. He does some old school black and white ink maps. His stuff is so cool. And he's got such a wealth of them over on his website, which we're going to go to, but these are 2 of them. Amazing guy, fantastic maps. And if you're interested in those maps, you can go simply over to rpgcharacters.wordpress.com. He does have copyright information up, and he also has some information on these. The maps on Dyson's dodecahedron are released for free personal use. Okay. Don't try to use them commercially. But he does not mind. Like, I'm using them on this site, and he knows that. Fabulous stuff. Like the Heart of Darkling Hags. His maps are so super cool. Yep, man. There you go. This guy's work is fantastic. If you do use his work to the extent that I know some people do. Yep. Another one to check out for that matter. If we're going to start tossing stuff up, do a web search for Devin Rue. Devin Rue does some really cool maps as well. But yeah, go ahead and check out Dyson's dodecahedron. Please, the only people to be posting links to website stuff, please, my moderators and subscribers. Don't just come in here and start tossing stuff around. These are actually sites that I use. Basically, here's the three. Like, when I get ready to run a game, these are literally the three sites that I use a lot. Yeah, Devin is amazing. She is such an amazing cartographer. Another one is if you want to learn how to do maps. I play around with maps a little bit, as you can see here. I learned, and these guys just dropped a follow on me on Twitter, which blew my mind. So they're now following me on Twitter, following our channel here. Cartographerguild.com. You want to learn about how to do this sort of stuff using Photoshop, GIMP, and several other tools. Those guys are knowledgeable beyond knowledgeable. They get very excited to help new people. There are a ton of resources, a ton of tutorials. If you want to know, if you want to make some kick-ass maps for your games, go check that site out. They're amazing. And yeah, she did. And what Matt Mercer did with that map for those guys, holy cow, that's such a cool idea. That is such a cool idea. But yeah, Devin Rue is a fantastic artist. Absolutely fantastic. Hey, sweetie, can you do me a favor and bring me Kings of the Wild? You know, I feel like promoting a few things, and I don't feel like enough people know about this book. You still watching? Rainy, go check out Cartographers Guild. Holy cow, those guys are so hopeful. They're so amazing. Such a wealth of knowledge over there. But yeah, I mean, so the sites that I use repeatedly when I run games is tabletopaudio.com. Absolutely fabulous website for free audio, and you can customize and save your audio. It uses cookies, but they have a custom sound pad. The sounds here, matter of fact, give you an example. I'm gonna show the player here, and I'm gonna kick it up and I'm gonna go quiet. This is what's playing in the background. That is the Goblin's Cave. 10-minute loops. Absolutely free to use. Which is unbelievable. Incarnate's good. Little limited, but it's good. I also use, like I said, Dyson's dodecahedron, and of course, this site, DnD Beyond. Give me just a second. My wife did not answer me, so I'm gonna make sure she's alive. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just feel like doing some promotion. Yeah, Joe, they do. They do. It's between campaign cartographer and patience. I literally, my mapping ability has gone up. This is a mixture of cartography brushes, techniques I learned over on Cartographer's Guild, some hand-drawn elements, and some other things. Really good. So I feel like doing some promoting. I hope you guys don't mind. So I'm gonna do some promoting of some books. I know some of you out there like to read, for sure. First off, if you haven't read Malice, the Malice series, John Gwynn, look it up. Unbelievably good series of books. I do a yes, plug it. Maybe one of these days I can be sponsored or DnD Beyond Insider. One of these days. No, that is actually one of my goals. But John Gwynn, highly recommend him. Great writer. The Autumn Republic, which is the Powder Mage trilogy by Brian McClellan. Go read this. If anything, read this for his take on magic. The way he does magic in this series is freaking mind-blowing. It is so cool. There's a reason why they're called Powder Mages. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I could buy everybody one book right now, like non-gaming book, to read, literally, if I could, if somebody handed me, like, what would it be? Somebody handed me like $500 right now, I would literally buy this for all the subscribers on this channel. That is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Ames. Go read this book if you like reading. This book is mind-blowing. The last 120 pages of this book will steam your butt hairs and curl your socks. This book is so good. Yeah, I did say that. I did say it. Steam your butt hairs and curl your socks. If you're looking for another kick butt D&D book to buy yourself, and you're a dungeon master, Tome of Beasts, Kobold Press. If you're looking, sure, Matt, it can probably do that. Kings of the Wild is the last 120 pages of that book is so much damn fun. It is such a good read. All three of those. He's coming out with the next book of Kings of the Wild this year. Brian McClellan is prolific, constantly writing. The Powder Mage trilogy is unbelievable. Autumn Republic is book 3 in that, and then John Gwynn's series, his first series, The Forgotten and the Fallen, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And like I said, if you're a DM, go buy this book, Tome of Beast. It'll blow your mind as well. What else can I talk about? There's campaigns. D&D Beyond, man. Go check it out. The site is beyond your wildest dreams. These guys, if you have not checked out D&D Beyond, you're cheating yourself. I'm not sponsored. I'm not an insider. I'm not, I just run a game. I'm going to be running a game for 5 of their moderators. Yeah, they gave me a legendary bundle. Adam Bradford came in here because his moderators were like, hey, this guy, this Forge at the Table guy is so damn cool. He's an amazing guy. His stream is fabulous. We got to give him a legendary bundle. And Bad Eye himself came into my chat that night, looked saw this face, probably looked at his moderators and was like, what the hell are you guys thinking? But he saw that it was going to a good place. And he gave me a legendary bundle. Doesn't mean I'm associated with these guys. Doesn't mean I'm associated. Doesn't mean that I'm sponsored. These guys over at D&D Beyond are doing something damned special with this set of tools. I read the forums daily. I don't post a whole lot, but I read the forums daily. Like, I saw the beautiful way that Source handled this guy about 20 some hours ago that was complaining about something to do with the Warlock and the character sheet and all this. The moderators over there are fantastic. But the tools are crazy. Get on board now so that you can be one of the people that can say, I remember back when these guys just started. Because this shit's good. It really is. And the character sheet that's coming, holy crap. If people did not realize that D&D Beyond, let me dispel a couple things for you, is not owned by Wizards of the Coast. It's owned by Cursed Gaming. If you have ever played an MMO, you know who the hell Cursed Gaming is. They put out your freaking stuff. Which is owned by Twitch. You know what that means, don't you? The game's about to change. Because Twitch has got these things called extensions. Twitch is going to be building in D&D Beyond integration with their streams. They're going to change. Adam Bradford himself said in an interview that it's going to change the way people view streamed games. I believe it. That new character sheet is freaking amazing. The stuff that these guys are doing, the stuff that's coming down the pipe. People have talked about the fact of integration or some kind of partnerships and stuff like that with sites like Roll20. Adam Bradford talked about that. I'm not going to say what he said because I don't want to get in trouble for misquoting him, but he talked about it. I mean, you'll go over there, get involved in it. You can do it with a free account, and it uses your Twitch. It uses your Twitch information because it's owned by Twitch, Cursed Gaming. So it's easy, non-painful, simple to do. And you can go ahead and look around on there. You can use everything that's free on the SRD, and I believe it's the beginner box or the starter box is also on there. You can use all that stuff for free. Yeah, it costs money to buy some of the compendiums, and just so you realize, there you go. There's everything that's available. It's everything that you could buy. Yeah, all that stuff's available. And I'll tell you right now, yeah, it costs money. These guys got kids to feed. They got games to play. They got dice to roll. Where do you think they're going to get their money? They got to do something. They got to pay Wizards of the Coast for some licensing. They got to play. They got to pay developers and coders and all that stuff. So they got to make money. But oh man, their prices are cheap. You can get one of these books for like $29.99. But don't make the mistake that so many people are making. They come over here, they see that, oh, I want to get the Dungeon Master's Guide. And, oh, God, it cost me $29. Well, I already bought it. Adam Bradford talked about that as well. Don't think about it as you're buying a book. Nah, don't make that mistake. You're not buying the book. You're buying the functionality of the entire website, the ability to create and track characters, the ability to be able to have these books to take with you on the go without lugging around hundreds of books. You can bookmark it and all that, because guess what? They have an Android and an iOS app that is free and an open beta. Go get it. Because everything that you buy on D&D Beyond, the website, automatically unlocked on the app. Everything you buy on the app, you get on D&D Beyond. Like Source says there, think of it like a book, but it does so much more. And I'll tell you right now, I still say I don't think of it. When I bought it, I didn't think of it like a book. I thought about the fact of all the functionality. To be honest with you, the stuff you can do. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not familiar with D&D Beyond, I'm going to do something really quick. Monsters. Everybody loves monsters. All right, so we're going to go to the official monsters section. Yeah, the character creation is unbelievable. If people ever want to know about this website, ask. Ask here. I will answer. I will show you everything. I have everything unlocked. All right, but see, look at this. I can search by creature type. I can search by the challenge rating. I can search by the name if I know it. I can search by the character, the creature size. I can search by the environment. But wait, it doesn't stop there. You've got advanced filters. So if you want to search by alignment, armor class, average hit point range, senses, save proficiency, skill proficiency, vulnerability, condition immunity, damage immunity. So let's say, hey, I want to find everybody that's got damage immunity to piercing and slashing and resistance to bludgeoning. And then I hit filter. And guess what? There are none. Boom! You've been educated by D&D Beyond. It even educates you. Unbelievable. So anyways, yeah, if you can't tell, I love this site. I love D&D Beyond. I think it's one of the best. Hell, let's be right. It is the best tool out there. Yep, there you go. Look at there. Look at source with the information. Source with the information. He's one of the moderators, in case you didn't know. Look at that. Look how helpful they are. Look how helpful they are. So what are you still doing? Not over at D&D Beyond. Get over there, because I guarantee you it will be beyond your wildest dreams. All right, that's the D&D Beyond commercial for tonight. Thanks for sticking around for that one. I was actually having fun on that. Having a lot of fun on that. Oh, this site is beyond the best site out there for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I mean, this site so totally... And I'm not saying don't buy the books. Dear God, I love books. I love gaming books. I buy so many gaming books. I support my local game store. I'm not saying don't buy the books. But anyways, yeah, there you go. That's D&D Beyond. Oh man, you want to know what would make me a happy camper? I want to run a game for Adam Bradford. I want to run a game for Todd Kenrick. I do. Don't know if it'll ever happen. Someday it will happen. It will happen. Might not be on the stream. It might be at a convention someplace, but I'm going to run a game for those two. Of course, I also want to run a game for Chris Perkins. Oh yeah, and what Subsist Cyber said right there. Enter that word if you want to win some dice. Open. Come on, win some dice. They're really cool. They're these really cool small mini green sparkly dice from Metal Dice Games and Chessex Pink with Silver Ghostly Glow. I own these. These are really cool dice. They don't look pink in my camera though, but they are pink. Trust me, they're pink. See, they're real. They're real dice. They're real dice. Now look at this, man. We got Caffeine Stew won these earlier. And this isn't some gimmick. It's not like, man, try and win a dice and we don't send you to the dice. We got people in the chat that have won dice from us. We're real. So I don't want to do the spiel at the end of the show. I'm going to do it right now. You're watching Forged at the Table. I'm Charles, I'm your host, and this is DM's Design. This channel is built around building a community. Hey, sweet. And Mad Clergy, where'd you get that player's handbook from? Did you go to your local favorite game store? Did you go to Amazon? Anyways. One of the things that we're trying to do here is we're trying to build a community at Forge at the Table. Hey, look at that. He won a player's handbook here. One of the things we're trying to do here is we're trying to build a community. We want to run games for you guys, our viewers. All you need to do is drop a follow on this channel. Follow the information down below for I want to play or want to DM. Jump on our Discord. Follow us on Twitter if you want. You don't have to, but our Discord helps. And we will get you into games. Right now, this past week, I ran for people that watch our channel. I ran 7 games the past 8 days, 25 different players. Of those 25 players, 20 of them were followers or subscribers of this channel. That'll tell you right there. I run 1 home game a week. That's Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern time now. That's the only home game that I run. Every other game that I run on this channel involves you guys, followers and subscribers. We have Stump-O-Matic. Stump-O-Matic is coming on board on the 29th of April. He's going to be running a one-shot, and then he's going to be tearing down the walls and running a Curse of Strahd campaign for 5 players if people want to get involved in that. I have another DM I'm talking about. It's looking like he might end up running for 5 players, Tomb of Annihilation. I have got a couple other dungeon masters that I'm talking to. If I can get them to come on board, we're looking at possibly running Princes of the Apocalypse and some other stuff. Yeah, there's Stump right there. There's Stump right there. That's a future DM. I am not messing around. I'm not shitting you. We need you guys to be involved, so we got people to run games for. And listen, if you don't want to be on camera, check this out. It's fine. People don't like to show their faces. Hey, Joe's, Pennies, if you want to play, man, send me an email to the address below. Send me an email. Let me know those days and times that you're available, and we'll see if we can't work something out. I'll get you in a game. If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. I don't have to show your face. You just have to have Discord, a headset, and a microphone, so I don't have to fear feedback loop. That's all it is. If you don't want to be on camera, just let us know. We can still hear you, and that's what matters. If you want to see what we're about, go look at our back catalog, because this is just me sitting here talking in BSing now for the next like 15, 16, 20 minutes till I give away some dice. If you want to see what we're about, check out our back catalog of games. Tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the finished part of a 2-part one-shot. Started last week. That has actually got 4 of our subscribers involved, including some of the people that are here in the chat tonight, including Rainy Keys, who, when I need a player, she stepped forward. And we have her playing tomorrow night. She's playing a bard. You got to tune in because she says she's going to sing. Don't want to miss that. All right. There might be a pop-up yet this week. If not, there'll be one next week. This Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, or 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, noon on the East Coast, I'm running a game for 5 of the moderators over here at D&D Beyond in This World Aethelm. They are letting me run a game for them. It's going to be sporadic, but it starts this Saturday morning. Tune in for that, because I think that this weekend's the beginning of this channel's growth. I'm hoping. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And then Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, tune back in for the long road. We're going into episode 8. Yeah, Source is going to be playing at midnight in Singapore. Come on. If he can play from midnight to 4. Actually, Source, I'm going to need you in Discord at 11:30 so I can get everything set up before we go live. If he can play from midnight to 4 in the morning, you can show up at 9, 10, 11, or noon and support him. Come on. So that, and then that on Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we've got episode 8 of The Long Road. You're going to want to tune in for that one. 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday is Adventure Weekly. And we are adding in Mr. Mad Clergy there in the chat. He's going to be jumping in on that weekly. And that also involves another one of our subscribers, which is Jens25. So yeah, and we've got more campaigns coming. So please, guys, we need your support, and the support we need from you guys. We're probably gonna plan for 2 to 4 hours, Rainy. 2 to 4 hours, Rainy, tomorrow night. We need you guys to support us mainly by dropping the follows on us, jumping on our Discord, and getting involved in these games. I don't care. I mean, like right now, Source has said that he wants to get into a pop-up. Problem is, the only times that he can really get into a pop-up are 5 a.m. or like 6 a.m. my time. Because he's over in Singapore. Sometime in the next 2 months, keep your ears open because that's going to happen. I'm going to be up here at 5 or 6 in the morning, and I'm going to be running a pop-up 4-hour game with Source over there. Hopefully some other people are awake to get involved with it. Hopefully some other people are awake to watch it. But that's kind of what we're all about here. Is we want to run games, man. That's what I do. That's kind of our thing. This is my passion. This is my love. You're going to see a wonderful woman out there amongst some of the other lovely ladies we have, the great people we have here as followers, but she's out here. Are you still out there, sweetie? Oh, I think I got myself an email. Ah, she's out there. I know she's out there. Anyways, if you see Sunnydale 76, that's my wife. There she is. She is the person that makes this all happen. She babies me, and she's giving me 2 years to run this and see what I can do with it. And that's the person that allows this to happen. Otherwise, I'd have to get a real job and do real life things, which would really get in the way of me running all the games that I'm running. So yeah. That is a big cool thing. So you have got 4 minutes. No, sorry, I said quarter after, didn't I? So you have got 19 minutes to enter the magic word Yorla and Bubbles. And you'll get a chance to win some dice. 2 sets of dice, actually. 2 sets of dice. Really cool. So right now, just so people know, I'm going to take you on a tour of the realms of Aethelm. This is the Wildwood Reach. This is currently where one of our campaigns is happening. It's actually happened. Has anybody noticed anything? Any of you people paying attention? Winterhelm here. This is now the ruins of Winterhelm. One of our campaigns is currently happening beneath the ruins of Winterhelm. That's our Sunday game. That's a pretty fun game. One of our other games is actually happening way down here in the coastlands of Amerdal. And that's in the Stormhaven, free city of Stormhaven. That's kicking off down here. And then we have another game coming up, starting up on April 2nd that I'm running that is going to be down here in Rhea, the lands of the Shifting Sands. And then basically all through the North and Mid Realms, the Saturday game is going to be happening and eventually winding up over here in Relin. I am looking for some players that might possibly want to get in on a campaign. I'm thinking Wednesdays. I don't know. I'll announce it, so keep your eyes open. But that campaign will be centered here in Relin and be a lot of fun. So we're always looking for players. We've got to fill 5 slots in Stump-O-Matic's campaign. I'm probably going to be looking for some more players. We got some other DMs coming on. Get involved. Get involved. Drop a follow. Get over on Discord. Look at the information down below. And get involved over here. And tune in this Saturday morning, for God's sakes, man. Watch that moderator game. This is going to be off the hook. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we have like 15 minutes before I do the drawing for these dice. Anybody out there have any questions? Any comments? Anything? I can tell you my bra size. Oh, I have missed that. I did not stream yesterday, and for me, not streaming is so weird, so I'm a little woohoo out of it sort of deal. We got some shirts coming down the pipes. We're going to be working on getting some preferred length of titty tassel. Long enough. We've got some t-shirts that we're going to be working on. We're going to be working on some dice bags. We got a couple other ideas that we're kicking around. We got some more giveaways coming up. I've got some new shows in the pipes. Probably in April. I'm starting an every other week, I think, show that is all about painting minis. I've got tons of minis here. These are the unpainted variety. This is one of the minis that I've painted. This is for a game called Warhammer Underworld Shadespire. Probably ain't coming through. It's probably all kinds of blurred. But that's one of my pieces. If you like Warhammer 40k, if you love Warhammer 40k, and you like Death Guard, there's some Death Guard for you. So I'm going to be doing some shows all about painting minis. I'm going to be doing some shows about crafting terrain out of blue and pink insulating board. So we're going to be getting some of that going. I don't know. You know what? I might actually go see if I can get a set of titty tassels made that got D20s to cover the nipples. Maybe down the road I'll get some of those made and we'll give those away. I don't know. I just lost a whole bunch of viewers. Just went, no, I'm out. Oh, that is funny. That is bloody funny. And it's crazy, man. I want to take a minute here, actually. I want to thank you guys. Because, good grief, you guys have supported the hell out of us. You guys have made this channel grow like you would not... You would not believe the way you guys have made us... Holy shit, Firehawk, you played Death Guard? Oh man. Okay, no more Bubbles jokes, guys. Maybe Bubbles is a member of the Death Guard. I love Death Guard. We've got Death Guard. I've got Eldar over there. We've got Space Marines over there. Some other stuff over there too, I'm sure. But yeah, I love Death Guard. Death Guard are awesome. So we got that show is going to be starting up probably next month, where we go over making some of that sort of thing. But you guys have helped us grow unbelievably. We're at like 205 followers or something as of tonight. I got a funny feeling that number this weekend might go a little higher. That'd be really cool. But I want to thank you guys for that, because it is. I am still in the process of painting mine too. I've got. Do you have the big boss? Firehawk? Do you got the big boss? See, now I'm getting on a totally different rant. It has nothing to do with D&D. One of my other things that I get very, very excited about. But you guys have made this channel come to life. I appreciate it. I'd like to say thank you to you guys. You guys have pushed us in the realms I didn't think we were ever going to get into. I just wanted to do this. I just wanted to do this in order to actually play with people, make friends in the gaming industry or in the gaming world, and I wanted to do that. So yeah, same here. We were just talking about that, Stump. We were talking about 3 weeks ago, we were at 50, just about to hit 50. 2 weeks ago we were hitting 100, and we've now screamed past the 200 mark. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ah, okay, cool. So, hold on. See, now I'm getting into stuff other than, yeah, so that's where I started. We played way back in 4th and 5th edition. 6th edition. It's 7th. We bounced out. We got away from it. We came back in just recently for that. But I do have 6 hours later. 6 hours later, it is put together. There we go. 6 hours later, that is Mortarian. That is an insane. I'm so wanting to paint this, but I will not be painting it on stream. Only D&D minis get painted on here. So anyways, yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody because you guys have really made this channel grow. It's crazy because I'll look at the stats as we're streaming, and I look at the stats afterwards, and every single stream lately, we have been just climbing higher and higher and higher. We got 14 viewers in here right now. This last Friday, we hit 27. I mean, it's wow. And I got a funny feeling that this weekend's going to be a little bit even more off the hook just because I've heard things. I heard about some tweets that might be going out. This is unbelievable. You guys make my heart sing. You make me look so forward to getting involved in this. And right, Source said there, please take a stab at getting involved and getting these dice. You do have to be here when the drawing happens, but that drawing's happening in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I'm giving away the Chessex Pink with Silver Ghostly Glow polyhedral dice. I've got this set myself. These dice are so cool. We're giving those away, and you aren't going to be able to see these very well because I have a green screen, so the green's gone. But there's a set of mini dice in there from Metallic Dice Games. These are little, they're clear. They're translucent with green speckles. You're going to win both those sets of dice. I am begging you guys, please get involved. And when I mean involved, I don't mean subscriptions. I don't mean donations. I don't mean bits. But if you want to, we'll take that money and we'll slam it right back into the channel. What I am asking you to do is to look down below at I want to play or want to play and want to DM. If either of those two options seems like something you want to do, follow those instructions, drop a follow on us, get involved over on our wildly active Discord channel, and let me know that you want to play, because we have multiple DMs coming up. We're going to have plenty of people. That is a command that I gave to Nightbot there, sweetie, Sonny. You'll see that Subsys Cyber there did the exclamation point, why subs, why question mark, and Nightbot answered him. So get involved. That's what we're asking for. We want people to join up and let us run games for you, because that's what we're here to do. I'm genuine, being as genuine as I can. I love this shit. This is my passion. I love gaming. I'm a gamer, will be a gamer till the day I die, which hopefully is a long ways away. Hopefully it's a long, long way away. So, for people who didn't see it already, does anybody out there want to see what I've got so far, or what I'm willing to show of the moderator games overlay? Here is the only, this is still in the design section, but this is the overlay for the moderators game at this point in time. There's a lot of work that's going to be done on this thing yet, but I'm not showing that. I'm not going to show that until this Saturday. This is the last piece I'm willing to show. But you can see it. Subsys, Cyber, Source, Firehawk, 2324, Storm Knight, and Villain Theory. A Walk Beyond. You guys got to come check it out. It's this Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, noon Eastern. Come hang out with us, watch the game, because I got this feeling this is going to be so cool. It's going to be so fun, and you're going to actually see, I think, some zaniness happen probably in the chat. I don't know. I do not know. But I know some craziness is going to be happening. We've got 7 minutes till I give away those 2 sets of dice. 2. Come on. Get out there. Come in. Come, please, win some dice. Only enter the magic word once, though, because Nightbot is a jerk. He will anti-spam you and take you out of it. We don't want that. I mean, right now... You got a chance to win some dice. You got a chance to win some dice. I don't think the children's side of it's going to be this first session, Firehawk. Probably the third session or second. I think probably the third session you guys are going to come across some children, I'm pretty sure. I've got that worked in there for you because I know how much you like children in D&D games. So, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys, this game this Saturday. All of our games are fun, I think. I have a blast running them. This Saturday morning, though, kicks off a kind of special campaign. I know that they've been trying to get a mod game going over there at D&D Beyond for a while. I've wanted to run a game ever since I met these wonderful people. They have really jumped on board with what we're trying to do here. The mods over there at D&D Beyond have really jumped on board with what we're trying to do here and have super supported us, and it's just unbelievable. So, and I wanted to run a game for them, and I'm getting a chance to do that. Yeah, like Stump said, he's one of our dungeon masters. If you're hesitating, if you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be on camera. I'll put a picture where your face is supposed to be of something that looks like your so you don't have to be on there. All we need is a headphone and a mic. And you have to be over on Discord channel. You have to be a follower. And you have to be willing to accept a friend's invite from me on Discord so I can pull you into the video chat. But I will get you in to a game. That's what I want to do. So all the DMs are going to be involved in this thing are all about it. All about the running the game. You know, that's how we want to do. So you too, you too can be my little friend. You can just drop a little follow over there. And I will get you into some games. It's going to take a little bit probably. You're going to have a little bit of patience because I'm just one guy right now. I've got so much stuff on my plate. I'm trying to run this thing. I'm talking with Wizards of the Coast. I'm sending off. We're giving away character folios. I'm giving away so much stuff. I'm giving away character folios to you guys, to our followers and above, and their characters you guys have made. There's going to be 4 folios, roughly 11 characters each one. Each one's going to be about 50 pages. It was supposed to come out this week, and the reason why it hasn't is twofold. I got busy, and I wasn't able to get the work done. And then I realized, you know what? I just want to make doubly sure. And so I filled out the paperwork. And I'm sending that and everything next week back to WotC so that the lawyers over there and everybody over at WotC can make sure that what I'm doing doesn't violate their rules any way, shape, or form. Because I'll tell you right now, last thing I want to do is have to shut this channel down because I did something stupid. And lose all of this, lose all of you wonderful people, and not be able to do this. Because, good Lord, I'm having so much fun doing this. This is such a blast. We have 3 minutes, and then I'm going to give away these dice. I am so sorry that I'm sitting here just blabbering and all that other stuff. That's kind of what the DM's design's about. If you missed it earlier, I gave out a bunch of information or ideas and thoughts on adventure design. We did a lot of work on the map here. We lifted these huge letters, Whisper Pine, and we put that on the map. And we've talked, and we've laughed, we've cried, we've mourned, we've celebrated. We've ran through the streets with torches, chasing trolls tonight. Well, actually we didn't, but we could. We could. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, 8 p.m. out there on the East Coast, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. the final wrap up of our 2-part one-shot involving 4 subscribers to this very channel. You know how they got involved in that game? All they did was they were like, hey. I was like, hey. And then I was like, I need players for a game. And they were like, wow, really? And I was like, yeah, really? And they were like, hey. And I was like, yeah, hey. And they were like, hey, we'll play. And I was like, cool. And boom, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons on the stream. That's how it works here. And I'm going to say this right now. Next Monday, this screen is going to come on, but it's going to be something different. Because next Monday, Popper over there is joining us. Popper's joining us next Monday. I'm going to run a pop-up next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You would have to be in our Discord. You have to be a follower, and you have to be in our Discord by 8:30 Eastern. Get a hold of me on our Discord. Send me a message on our Discord. Hey, I want to play next Monday. Don't have to have a camera, just a headset and a microphone and a willingness to have a bunch of fun. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rolling for it. Now we get to find out who's won this 2 sets of dice. Boom! Joe's Pennies. Joe's Pennies. I hope you're out there. Joe, if you are out there, you've got... There we go. Joe just won himself 2 sets of dice. These are yours, my friend. These are yours. All you have to do, Joe, listen really closely, is send me an email at the address below, forgedatthetable@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, dice winner. Give me a shipping address, and these dice will go out in the mail sometime between now and next Tuesday. We usually do our shipping on Tuesday. So they'll go out either sometime this week or at the latest next Tuesday, and you will have yourself 2 sets of really cool dice. Thank you for the subscription. I want to tell people how this works too. If you drop a subscription on us, you do get 4 times the luck of everybody else. He's a subscriber. Might have something to do with the way he won. So yeah. So anyways, once again, this has been Forged at the Table. I'm Charles. I've been your host, and this has been DM Designs. This community is all about building just that, a community, a group of people to game together. I provide the dungeon masters. You provide the characters for us to run games for. That information, all the information you really need to know about us is down below. Follow us on Twitter. Get over there on our Discord chat. Lots of crazy stuff happening. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. The finish to our 2-part one-shot. 4 subscribers. Let's see if they can make it through it without losing another one of their party. This Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, noon Eastern. A Walk Beyond, where I get the wonderful honor of running a campaign for 5 moderators from over there at D&D Beyond. Come watch that. Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the channel. Episode 8 of The Long Road. Great campaign. Come check that out. Next Sunday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Adventure Weekly, right here. And Mad Clergy. He's now in that campaign. And then April 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on here, starts the Shifting Sands. This coming Monday, pop-up game. Popper over there, our happy clown, says pop-up game this Monday. You want to get involved, you give us a follow. Get over on Discord. Let me know you want in on that game on Monday, and I will put the first 4 people who get a hold of me into that game. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thanks to everybody for the follows and for the subscription and all of that stuff. Super appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for some fun D&D, laughs, and tears. Take it easy. Peace.